Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer, and I have a user or subscriber request. Yeah, I got an email from someone, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a good video. Now, fair warning, mediocre tutorials and reviews already covered this. I watched 30 seconds of his. So, and I didn't really watch the rest. I seen where it was going, and I said, okay, I'm going to find the original source and cover it. Now, and I actually like his show. So nothing against him. Subscribe if you like. But the reason why I didn't watch the whole thing is because I don't want his views to taint mine. However, having not seen it, I may say some things that he had already said. So fair warning on that. Don't say that Game Changer is copying people and stuff like that and not shouting them out, because it's not the case. I purposely didn't watch the whole thing. Now, got this video about a woman, and she's a self-confessed BBW. I'm really sick of, I can't tell you how sick I am of, is she fat? Is she fat? This one's thick, this one's fat. And it'd be some just strange body chick that, is lipoed in one area and not lipoed in another area. And then technically she's a BB. Listen, I really fellas, don't hit me with that. Don't listen. If you have to ask, don't ask. First of all, it's not your penis, or it's not my penis. Don't worry. If you like a chick, then do her. Don't ask me if I think she's fat or not. But anyway, this woman is a self-confessed fat woman, or BBW. By the way, I do dislike the term, and this isn't me thumping on BBWs. You can't really just put an extra B in it because the first B exists. Meaning, just because you are big, that doesn't necessarily mean you're beautiful. But there is no BUW. There is no big, ugly women. So is the fact that the term exists and there is no counter to the term, it means that all big women are beautiful. Like, I'm big, but, the second one, it's a BBW. That's one thing I don't like about that term. Oh, yeah, Keys, it has been a while since you dropped by. Huh. Well, welcome. Welcome back. All right. So let me, now that I shouted her out, let me just give a shout out to the early birds, Adult Supervision, Keys, Shaka Nulu, and Eisen, and Celine, 205 Will, W. Alfonso, and of course, Keys. All right. So appreciate you. So apparently, and I only watched it once. Today's been kind of like a busy day work-wise, but I've only watched it once. And apparently this girl's from somewhere else, and she's been in Cali, in Southern Cali, for about 8 years. And the dating scene isn't going as she would like for it to go. Men are not approaching, is what she's saying. Now, we've had a lot of men don't approach videos out there. It's interesting, to say the least. That's the best way to describe it. It's interesting. And that's because a lot of guys do approach. It's just that they're not interested in the guys that approach. And I understand why. I'm not really saying that their standards are too high, because I don't really know who's approaching them. But I do understand why. Now, let me get into the video. All right. By the way, fair use. Y'all know how it goes. There we go. Here. Don't want that one. Not that one. There we go. All right. Fair use, people. Fair use. So Eisen said that dudes aren't approaching regular women like that either. No, the last time I covered this topic, it was a regular woman. So you're right. You're right. I'm not even talking about the, oh, you just read the title. Okay, I got you. But no, it's an approach problem, but let's watch it.
Do you feel like maybe it's where you're finding men, maybe? Like the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Do you feel like maybe it's where you're finding men, maybe? Like the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store. Shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Well, the thing is, well, also, men don't approach you in LA.
100% no. Absolutely not.
Okay. I'm not from LA. For those of you who don't know, and this isn't a shot, California is huge. And the distance from where I'm from in LA is completely is if we were on the East Coast, it would probably be about 3 states and a Delaware. So yeah, it is a whole new realm with that. All right, let's continue. By the way, want to point out that judge her size however you like, she is light-skinned. And I have heard YouTubers in the Manosphere talk about women with similar shape in a positive light because she is quote unquote red bone. That term really, maybe it's being brought over, but growing up, that term really didn't exist out here. So I could see being a red bone in something that others can classify as thick. She would get play. She would get traction in a lot of places. And now she's saying men in LA don't approach.
Especially when you're pretty too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is.
So she just kind of, the other woman who's also light-skinned, just kind of classified her as pretty. And the way she stated it was like, it's a fact. This is not subject to opinion. You are pretty, and that's that. Part of the difficulties you're having with men is that you're pretty. I have, as a woman, have deemed you pretty to men that are not approaching you. Very weird. Extremely weird. Now, I get that she's her guest. And you want to make the guest feel comfortable. But you do have a male co-host, and it's really more his place to determine that, not yours.
It's like a whole nother
Yes.
thing.
Oh my God, girl.
So
I don't
that's
know
why I feel like I only meet men like on jobs or online.
Okay.
She said, don't I know it? So not only does she see herself as the ultimate, like the judge. Like the judge. I am the judge. I am the plug. I am the one who determines if that triple axel backflip is a 7 or a 9. I'm thinking of the Olympics here. How cool is that? How powerful are you to where you can never hit a flip in your life? However, you're that asshole that sits there and judge the greatest flippers in the world. That was one of my random thoughts from earlier, watching a snippet of the Olympics. Like, how powerful are you to do that? Anyway, whatever it takes to make that person, she feels she is that. And not only does she give herself not only does she give this chick the pretty pass, she also gives it to herself. Like, I am the judge. Not only do I give you an 8, I give myself 1. And we have the same problems being beautiful women. You want to know how I know I'm beautiful and that you're beautiful? Because I have said so. I love this. I love that thinking. let's continue.
So, I mean, I would go out with my friends quite often, and the entire time I've lived in LA, I've had definitely less than 10 men approach me. Definitely less than 10.
Wow.
Less than 10 is huge. And I did a video maybe 1-2 years ago on this, telling you all about the time I went to the DMV, and it was fresh then. Like I talked to her, and then I came home and I did the video. So look for it if you can find it. I don't know. I had to delete a lot of videos because of technical difficulties, but if you can find it, let me know. Anyway, I just straight up asked her, like, you know, she was sitting down, nice body, and because she sit while others stands, you get like a clear shot of her titties, meaning that you can look at her eyes and in your purview get a look down the shirt, which, you know, that's a turn on to guys, you know, and I'm not gonna lie and say I'm above that, you know. So very doable woman. And I straight up asked her, how often do you get approached? And I would have guessed maybe like 100 times. And not because she was just like exceptionally gorgeous like that, to where guys look at her like, I can't help but approach. Fuck my wife. You know, I gotta approach. But because she works in the DMV, like, so she just literally has a line of men of all economic backgrounds coming in to the DMV, staring down her shirt all the time. It's like an endless supply of people, many of whom are single men and many of whom are going to hit on her. I'm just assuming that. I'm assuming that she sees at least like 150 a day. And she was like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like in a month or so. How many? And I forget if she said 3 or 5, but it was something very low, considering, again, she works at the DMV. And I was like, oh, wow, that is low. That's a lot lower than I expected. So Eisen is right in that regard. And I look at her, and though she's not as attractive as a DMV girl, I would expect that she gets one a month. If the DMV girl gets 3 to 5, I would assume that she would get at least one. But from what she just said, she gets 10. Now wait till you hear how long she's been here in California.
How long have you lived in LA?
8 years.
Wow.
So she gets little more than one a year. Now, Melody is saying that, you know, in the South, she'd get it all the time. And I don't doubt that. And this isn't a shot or anything like that, or a judgment or anything against, you know, my Southern brothers who watch me. But from talking to y'all, I kind of got a feel for your type and tolerance. And yeah, I can see her getting approached all the time. I could see her getting swarmed in the South. And I'm gonna be honest, I would have guessed more than once a year for her. But Cali is a different animal, and LA is a different animal than just general Cali. So yeah, that's that.
Oh, I was thinking you're like a couple years.
Like, come up to me on the street and
Yeah,
and like,
yeah, but I see why that doesn't happen in LA though.
Who in the hell is? I don't know her name. Is that a famous person? Somebody said Tabria Major. Is that a famous person? Like, I don't know who that is, but I mean, if that's her, that's her. I don't know.
Why is that?
Because like LA is one of those places too where one, there's a lot of people that are insecure. One, two, like rejection is definitely feared out here in LA because like there's been times where like a girl fell and I helped her up and she's like, ugh, and I was just like, wow. Like so I think like even by you being
Oh my God.
like, yeah, I was like,
Okay.
like the communication, like even going into the elevator there, I was like, oh hey, how you doing? And this girl's like, and I'm just thinking like I'm just a friendly person, you know. My mom taught me to speak to people like, all my friends from Alabama, but that like I noticed that like, and it might not be like the prettiest.
Okay. Cultures change. Local cultures change. Last time I've been to LA, I was in my 30s. It was nothing like that. The women were more approachable, and yeah. But this was before like Me Too and everything. So I get this. It seems as though feminism is affecting the mindset of younger women to where they not only, because I understand that you don't give your information out to every guy that comes your way, but now they seem like they're being defensive because they are taught to be defensive. They're not really offended, like the story he tells, you know, like he helped a woman up. They're not really offended by the fact that he helped her up, but she's more offended because she can be, and society tells her that she should be. That is going to kill a lot of women, and apparently it's having a detrimental effect because according to him, he just don't want to approach, period. And I'm going to be honest, when I was single, I really didn't, single in the sense of no girlfriend, not married, but, I really avoided cold approaching unless she was exceptionally attractive. Like, to where you see somebody who's just like, like you have a rule, but you see her and you just like, oh shit, but her, I'm not gonna let that pass. I'm not gonna go home like on some what if stuff. And it's largely because it's a lot of effort and it just wasn't like that. Now, as far as him saying the rejection thing, I didn't notice that. And this is from my friends in LA and from going to the nightclubs and stuff out there. One thing I could say about LA dudes that's different from Oakland dudes, not entirely different, but it's somewhat different, is that they party longer, meaning that they're out there, like we start to wind down at around 2 and they start to wind down at around 6 in the morning. That's one thing I notice about them. Another thing I notice is that the average LA dude dances almost on an Usher level. Their dance moves is, you could tell that they put time and energy in it. It's another thing I noticed. And the third thing that I notice about LA dudes is that they like to dress and spend a lot of money on clothes. They like to show their wealth in general, clothes, cars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, all of these things really reflects a culture. It was about 10 years ago. All of these things really reflect a culture that shows a high interest in obtaining women. These are things that women are attracted to. And there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not shooting at LA dudes. But to see this cultural shift, it really shows how much this Me Too and this mentality has changed the mating, dating. Hit the like button, people. The dating, mating, and relating dynamic in LA. That's all I want to say about that. But this was 10 years ago. Dude would be out dancing until 6 in the morning, trying to pull as many bitches as he can.
shit, like anything like that. But I do notice like a level of like, don't talk to me, you know, like there's like a stench in the air that's out here.
And I'm gonna tell you why
that's
that
like
is
that. And so I can see someone not approaching you because they're like, wow, she's a beautiful woman, and I don't want to say something. And then she's just like you don't want your day to be fucked up because you said hello to somebody.
Well,
know?
I think that's a chance you gotta take if you think somebody fired.
But what I'm saying is like,
what the hell? First of all, yes, it is. I actually agree with her that it is a chance that you take if you feel somebody is fired. Shout out to Complex Design. So I'm not going to Google her, but y'all can Google her. Complex Design, he grew up down the street from Bianca Lawson. I think it's Bianca or Bria. The black chick, not the one from the Avengers, not Captain Marvel, who's bad as hell even today. And he didn't shoot his shot. I'm like, man, I cannot go home on some what if stuff. I cannot, not with a woman that fine. So yeah, when she's fired, you just got to. So I agree with her on that comment, or on what she just said there. What I don't agree with is that she just gave the other woman, once again, the title of fire and saying, you are a coward if you do not, one, find this woman fire, because she is. I mean, she's light-skinned and she has 2 breasts. So why don't you find her fire? And 2, you don't shoot your shot. So basically, the excuse that's given is that guys are intimidated. And I think that that's what both her, the woman in the black, and the dude in the burgundy, or whatever you want to call it. I think that that's what the two of them, Bernard had that shirt on night before last, but that's what the two of them are going for. It seems like they want to help her ego. And they are saying that it's for every other reason other than the BBW reason. That's what I'm getting at. All right, let's continue.
like after you take 2 chances and you find out that fire is fire, you know what I'm saying? You like, all right, you know what? How many times you gonna touch the stove? You know?
Okay, I understand.
It's like,
well, but this is something that we wanted to touch on. Is like there's this cultural society thing going on, especially if you're in the industry, you're a public figure as a man. You know, you've seen the famous Keanu Reeves picture where he's taking fans with photos, and
Have you seen this?
This
He does not touch
He will
anyone.
not
He
touch
won't touch a
anybody.
girl. He takes a picture, he puts his hand behind the back like this. Like he puts it straight out, does not hug them. Every single time you see him take a picture. Google it when you get home. But it's so funny.
It'll blow your mind.
It
But
will.
this is a real thing.
I do think that Me Too probably hit Southern Cali harder. You know, because like all the Harvey Weinsteins and dudes like that, you know, they're in the entertainment business, and you know that's where that is. So I can see that really just affected the cultural makeup. I don't think that that's her problem. I think that she's big in California is her problem. And in addition to all the other stuff.
Thing in the industry, because there's, you know, and in workplaces, not even just, you know, entertainment industry, but if you're a man and you're alone with the woman, like you don't want that situation to come up. Like if you have stuff, if you have a career, if you have money, if you have whatever, you're in your mind, you're like, okay, one weird situation in an elevator,
it blows up.
it could all be gone.
Yeah.
Is it worth the risk? You know, that person has to be really worth the risk. So I'm just curious to pose the question, I guess, back to you guys is, do you think things will change where girls are going to feel like, I don't get approached anymore, and they're going to start approaching guys and that's going to be the norm? Or do you think things will just soften up a little bit and it'll be more acceptable to be, hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you fall. Let me help you out.
It's only gonna
Okay, I have noticed a change. As I mentioned before, women are now carrying themselves in a more approachable way. than they were back when I was single. And in addition to that, they are less likely to atomically reject. Here, I'm gonna not share the audio. Give me a second. Hit the like button, please. Hit that like button. Dang, y'all be stingy with this. Free. All right. There we go. So I get that. I do get that the women are missing the attention, and maybe LA hasn't gone through that yet. But yeah, men are only willing to risk it and everything like that, you know, because there's not just a fear of rejection anymore. There's a fear of, and not really on cold approaches, you know, the fear of, okay, not really on cold approaches do they have a fear of like losing anything, because the worst you could say is no. However, what I noticed is that there was no, and then there was no, and I'm going to put you on camera, you know, like that holla back girl and humiliate you as much as I can. That aspect is like, dang, because not only does the guy listen, if I'm caught on camera getting shot down by Stormy Maya, I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit. Like, you know, and hell, if I ever came up, I will show y'all personally. Like, hey, yeah, that's me. That's Game Changer. That's me. I approached Stormy Maya like everybody would have. And that's me getting shot down. However, if you get shot down by that chick that you try to get at because it's been a drought and you just want to make sure that it works right and that you do everything correctly for when Stormy Maya comes, if you get shot down by that chick and somebody, you know, is recording it, then you got problems. Like, dang, dude, that's what you got shot down by? Or that's what you shooting at? And you got shot down by her? So fellas don't want to take that risk. And I don't blame them.
It'll get worse.
You think
It's
so?
only-
I think so
they'll
too.
just resort to online.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just online. It's
I
like,
agree.
and like the good thing about too online is you can see someone's lifestyle through like their Instagram. Like you can look at someone's Instagram and somewhat see like their friends or who they interact, unless they're like you know, tricky and shit. But I'm saying like you can look at somebody and say, oh, okay, like this person seems fun. Like they, you know, it's almost like in some ways it's almost like a resume that you can see at times.
This girl seems fun.
Oh, you're like, okay, this person seems, you know, has a
Yeah.
good relationship with her, this and this, you know.
Yeah.
they're
I think
friends.
Instagram is good. It's like a quick snapshot
Yes.
into who that person is. And not on their page. You gotta look at the tag photos for real.
Yes. Yes.
Like what they could. I mean, you know, people be
100%.
paying for Instagram. It's wild how far like the links people will go.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
To make it look like
They live in a lifestyle.
Exactly. Literally. You'd be surprised. I've seen niggas who are homeless. in
No
real
way.
life, but like you next to a Bentley right now, like it's that extreme.
See, that ain't right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm
Okay. I didn't know that aspect of it. As y'all all know, I just signed up to Instagram. So, you know, follow me if you like. A lot of people are following me all of a sudden. So yeah, follow me if you like. Game Changer 00100 at Instagram. I think that's what it is. A lot of people are following me now, which is cool. But anyway, what do I want to say about that? Didn't know that particular aspect, that guys were fronting that, you know, like this is my car and stuff like that. When I used to online date, I'm talking about like even in the Black Planet days, I didn't lie much, but one thing I did lie about was my income. And it wasn't necessarily a lie. It was more to the fact that this is how much I would make provided I worked 8 hours of overtime a day every day for a year straight. And at the time of me filling out the thing, I told myself that I was going to work 8 hours overtime a day every day for a year straight. And then I put that as my annual income. So, but I wasn't homeless, at least not at that time. And apparently, according to her, homeless guys are, you know, doing the same lie, but without a home. So that's something new. I mean, like, what do you say to that? Like, do I fault brothers for lying? Fuck no. It was a field. It was a field. Like, Zeno say, why even put your income? Because they asked. Like, you had to put a number, and I could put 0, but, you know, like, there's problems with that. Yeah, it wasn't an optional field. It was a required field. Anyway, the reason why I don't mind if brothers lie, especially that particular lie, is because chicks lie. There are all kind of angles, filters, photoshops, and all that didn't really exist when, you know, during the Black Planet days. You know, it's all kinds of stuff. Of course, the angles existed. It's all kinds of stuff. They lie so much, it's ridiculous. And that was really what drove me out of the whole internet dating thing. Just the lies. Like the makeup and just everything was just like, dang. So I figured that it just levels the playing field. Yeah, so it says they would have wanted a homosexual. Listen, I was never, even when I was homeless, I wasn't a homosexual. Now, I didn't tell the women I was dealing with that I was homeless. But I didn't use that to get stuff off of them. Like I didn't eat off of them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and I don't know, was I a hobo? I was homeless, but I think a hobo is somebody who jumps on trains. I think that's what makes you a hobo. I think a hobo is somebody who, jumps on trains, on cargo trains to go places. And they carry like all of they carry like snacks and stuff on a stick that's wrapped in a napkin. Homeless gate. What, y'all? Yeah, everybody know. I was homeless before. What the hell? So yeah, I lived in San Leandro, which is on the outskirts of Oakland. And so during the first .com bubble in the 90s, like when the internet was brand new, rent just went up. I mean, rent skyrocketed in the Bay Area. For those who don't know, it was ridiculous. And yeah, I was like 18, 19, and yeah, so, you know, I refused to, you know, submit or kiss my mom's ass. I was too proud to ask, you know, grandma, grandpa, and the rest for help. Too proud to ask the homies for help. So I was like, fuck it. I slept in the car, slept in storage bins. Yeah, I was homeless. Hey, make fun of it if you want to, but y'all the niggas making fun of the homeless. Like, so, I mean, take from that what you will. But even then, because I was working, I had a job. But even then, if I would meet a chick, I would think that it was a good thing because it was a good thing because it gave me an excuse to spend money on a hotel. That's what it was. It gave me an excuse to spend money on a hotel. But no, I wasn't living off of her. And I could have homosexualed my way through homelessness, but yeah.
I'm like the opposite. Like I want to be low key. I don't want anybody like coming up to me like, oh, you did this, you did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think there is a psychological thing too, where if you're a very attractive woman or you're a model.
That's what I wound up doing, I did move to cheaper places, and I changed universities. I transferred schools, and in the next semester I stayed with the homie, and then got my own spot. Nah, being homeless don't make you pookie. Well, I see what you're saying. Like, I could have did the homosexual thing.
I mean, let's be honest. If you're a model, you're kind of like top tier, like as far as at least your face symmetry and all that. Where a lot of guys will be like, oh, they're really pretty, they're beautiful. I'm sure guys approach them all the time, and then there's this drop off where they actually get approached less. Yeah, there's actually real statistics that like the really top beautiful girls, they get approached less.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The people that I get approached.
That may be true. I can understand why that would be the case, but it also leads to a misconception. It leads to a misconception, and that misconception is because you have two opposite ends, yet the same result. An extraordinarily unattractive woman is not getting approached too often, and extraordinarily attractive women aren't getting approached too often. So I could see the psychological effects of that being that an extraordinarily unattractive woman saying, I have pretty women problems, therefore I must be pretty. And an extremely pretty woman is saying, I have ugly woman problems, therefore I might be ugly. It's a weird dynamic, but hey, life's strange. 205 Will says she's not one of those women. Yeah, I don't think that guys look at her and see intimidation. I do think that they look at her as a low-hanging fruit, many of whom don't necessarily want to eat. Now, they would probably eat, according to what Dude is saying, they would probably eat it, but they don't want to risk humiliation of attempting to eat it.
Approached by the most are like old Hispanic men.
Girl, stay!
Oh, wait, I missed your super chat? My bad. I didn't see any super chats. Hold on. Am I not noticing it? Oh, no, there we go. Okay. All right. Appreciate your love. It says, hit the like button. Yes, please, people, hit the like button. In fact, I'm going to check on that while I play this.
Shooting they shot.
Papi has no problem talking to you. Hola.
Like whistling.
Yes.
Oh my God. You know what? Also, I want to tell you guys a little story because this happened to me today. So I live in Hollywood, and I was walking to Starbucks today with my dog, and this homeless guy, he was he just started walking with me, right? And for me, he was dressed okay. It wasn't dirty. He had chucks on. He had like a nice little shirt, but he was holding a bowl like a smoke weed or whatever. And he was just walking with me and saying he was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "How you doing?" He was like, "Yeah, so it's nice out, huh?" He was talking like a normal person. So to me, I'm not threatened because I'm like, I'm 5'10". What's Shorty really gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
She really thinks highly of herself. Anyway, thank you, Melody. She says, hit the like button. I went and checked it. And yeah, do this. Let me get it up to 79 for all the, actually, let me get it up to 80 for all the people that's watching. 120 people. Let me get it to 80. Wait, 80 is 66%? Let me get it to 84. Give me the 84 on the likes. Greatly appreciate you. Please and thank you. Thank you. All right. No, so why would she assume that a guy that isn't dressed as such is homeless? That's interesting. Because like I said, when I was actually homeless, I didn't dress as such. I actually had to find creative ways to do stuff, including iron my clothes. And I showered at 24-hour fitness. But why would she just assume that this dude is homeless? That's weird.
got my dog. It's broad daylight. I'm walking to Starbucks. I'm on Hollywood Boulevard. Not a big deal. Okay, so he's walking with me or whatever, and he's just telling me stories like, yeah, man, I swear to God, like, man, fuck my brother, man. My brother just stole 10 racks from me. I'm like, did he though? So he's like, yeah, he stole my chain too. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. So he's like, yeah. So I walk up to the Starbucks and he's like, yeah, man, I just lost my card though, but could you give me some? And you know me, I'm like, what is a $3 coffee? I'm not tripping at all. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm blessed. Like, let me bless him. Like, whatever. I go in there and give him a bunch of shit or whatever. And then I come out and give it to him like, hey, like, this is for you. Like, give it to him. And he's like, I'm like, yo, I'm about to hop on a phone call with my dad, but like, it was nice to meet you. Because I didn't want him to think I wanted to walk with him still. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, thank you. I wish we could do this every day. And I was like,
I give him credit.
I don't know what to say. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to say, oh, you sure? I'm like, he's like, I got to walk with you. So he kind of like followed me a little bit.
You know, it is interesting. Like the guys who, you know, are approaching, according to the women, even though their view of things is skewed, it does seem as though the guys who are approaching are, I don't want to say homosexual, but they aren't really financially stable. So they're not really counting those guys. But I'm starting to hear this from multiple sources.
You should have been like, same time tomorrow.
No way.
Yeah, you should have.
No, because I go to that Starbucks
like,
all the time.
Every single day.
No, I would never be able to go back.
Crazy with crazy.
Oh my God. No, so that made me think like, it's kind of scary. Like sometimes you can't really respond to men because you just, I don't know that sometimes men realize the boundary. Not all men, but some men don't realize like, just because I spoke to you and I said hello does not mean follow me.
Yeah, see, we don't know.
You don't know, you know, and that's just tricky
sometimes.
Now, I'm gonna be honest, and this is why I say I take what she said with a grain of salt. A lot of times, women love to make up stories about how they're stalked. I used to have a chick. True story. I used to have a chick who lied about everything. And her lies were just so fantastic. Now keep in mind, we both were very young. So she was like immature in that sense, but she lied about everything. You know, like every time she left, because she didn't have a car and I did. So she would lie about, she would tell stories like this because she wanted a ride to work. But it's always something like, you know, and yeah, and a guy was pulling my backpack and I was getting on the bus and he just kept pulling at me. He said, come on, shorty, let me get some of that. And I just like, how often does that really happen? But with her, it happened like once or twice a week, according to her. It was just like adventures and dangers of going on the bus. This is what happens when you don't give your girl a ride to work type deal. I kid you not. It was just humiliating. Oh, and she lied. She told me that she was on the university track team. And she wasn't. I asked the homie, I was like, hey, you know, such and such, you know, I'm messing with her. It's like, who? Because he was on the track team. It's like, and he didn't know the chick. She's just a chick that liked to, she lied a lot. But my point is, the moral of the story, before I go too deep into a hole, is that she sounds just like this chick. She sounds just like her.
They means follow you. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let's hang out.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that was my experience with getting approached. Shouting the chucks, you know?
Well, because women like nonverbal cues, but guys don't always pick up on the nonverbal cues.
Yeah.
So if there was like a diagram or like a poster that we could learn in school, then maybe we'd be straight. But
That'd be a big poster.
It's like 100 different.
Right.
The hair flip. She likes you. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It can get real tricky for sure. Yeah, and lastly, do you guys feel obligated to date within your culture? I just wanted to ask you guys that. There's a lot of pressure.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're a couple or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. That was a random question, but you know, the focus of this isn't really her weight or anything like that. That was the BBW aspect was something that she brought up, and also mediocre tutorials and reviews also brought up. But the interracial aspect, I think, is overblown. Keep in mind, she lives out there. These people live out there where CK lives. But I want y'all to hear the answer.
Pressure when you're black and you're doing very well and you're successful in the music industry. You know, some people like will hate on you if you don't date like black people. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you see like a black athlete and like with a white girl, like people are like, what the fuck? You know? I don't personally feel like that because I'm like, Dave.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're the only one on the panel that even had that thought.
Who you want, love who you love, but do you guys feel any pressure to do that?
I don't feel pressure because I'm mainly attracted to black men, so
okay.
I've never even thought about it.
Oh, okay. Have you ever dated a white guy?
No.
Okay.
She gets approached once every year, and I doubt that he's white. I don't think that she, yeah.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid. What about you?
No, I don't feel pressure.
To date a black woman because you want to make sure that you're like in alignment with either your family views or like you don't want to disappoint anyone because technically, you know, they say when good black men date white women, you know what I'm saying.
I'm built like different, but I just who I am.
You say you're built different?
Yeah, that means like if I'm attracted to you like mentally and we vibe together, then we'll,
yeah.
But I mean, I never really made decisions off of other people. I told you I'm different.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, no, that's cool too.
But
his mentality, believe it or not, is common amongst the people I know. That we're almost completely indifferent to race, and it's more about a connection, not necessarily a cultural connection, even though that's part of it. It does help to have a shared culture with somebody. But it's like a take it or leave it thing with us here. But the external pressures may or may not exist depending on what's your family dynamic. For the most part, it don't. But if you have like older single women in your family, of course, they're going to do that because that's where it all comes from. But, you know, we've learned to just ignore that like most people should.
I've always been like that.
Have you ever dated a white girl?
I've talked to a white girl before.
Okay, but not dated.
Nah.
Okay, cool. All right, interesting. No, you're trying to play matchmaker out here, so.
what?
I'm just saying with people in general. Now that I know you guys are both single, I'm saying I have single friends. You know, just saying.
Come back on.
Now this is interesting. This is very interesting, and I'm hoping it's because they're related. But she said, and I think that she don't want the answer to happen right there. She said that you both are single, and I'm going to see if I have any single friends. Which is bizarre for this reason and this reason primarily. They are opposite sex. They're opposite sexed people, meaning that why don't you take your penis and place it into her vagina. Like, of all the questions she asked, she never really asked that. Like, she's single, she's looking for guys on dating apps, and it's not going like she'd like. He's single, he don't really want to approach because of the complications of Me Too, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, I'm pretty sure you have a penis and that she has a vagina, so why don't you just I'm doing a symbol with my fingers. By the way, y'all can't see it, but why don't you just, so instead of her doing that, she's going to dig into her bag of single friends to hook them up. Very weird. Like I said, I hope that they're not related. Or excuse me, I hope that they are related. Then it makes sense. I hope that they are related. Because if they're not related, then what it means is it means one of two things. Well, it means one thing in particular that can be interpreted two ways. It means that she feels that one is out of the other's league. Meaning that she feels that either the BBW, the self-confessed BBW, is out of the fit black guys league, or she feels that they're too good to hook up for that reason because light-skinned it, and she did call her gorgeous and stuff in the beginning, or that he is out of her league, and if she pushed the issue, it would force him into a position to reject her, embarrassing her on their show. Apparently, she's a named model, so there's that. One of the two reasons is why she's not suggesting that they get together with each other. Now, I have to say, if it's the former, then that is just awful. That she would just say, like, even though you're a bigger woman who guys only talk to, like, there is a 1 in 365 chance, or like one day out of 365 guys actually want to sleep with you. But yet you're still too good for this guy. Oh, crap. You want to know what just hit me? I get approached more than her. Not on some braggadocious stuff. It just hit me that I, as a guy, get approached, and I don't get approached often. Most certainly not as often as the DMV chick. However, I get approached more often than her. Wow. Just wow. Anyway, there's a reason why she's not hooking these two up.
On a podcast, you have to believe what this girl did.
Oh my God, right? I hooked up with one of my friends. Oh my God, embarrassing.
Soul food.
I know. Oh.
We basically just set up a romantic date on
we had soul food.
This is basically
I had to pay.
we talked
to each
God.
other. We connected.
All right. There was somebody asked for the link. I'll give it a little bit of time, but hold on. All right. So there was a part in here where they said lose 40 pounds or something like that. Let me see if I could find that.
Do you feel like maybe it's where you're finding men? Maybe like the type of men you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store. Shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on podcast.
Okay, the library is weird, but I have met chicks in the bookstore. But I have met chicks in the bookstore, but the grocery store, really? Like, she goes to the grocery store, I'm sure. All right. And I think libraries are pretty much empty. Like, the last time I went was I had to give the homie a jump who was taking his kids there for some type of, program or whatnot. And it was pretty dead then. And this was years ago. I think libraries are dead. Like, you would go there trying to meet somebody.
Well, the thing is, also men don't approach you in LA.
100% no. Absolutely not. Especially when you're pretty too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is like a whole nother thing.
Oh my God, girl.
So,
now, I wanted some elaboration on that. I really did. But she said it's a whole nother thing. And yeah, I tend to agree.
That's why I feel like I only meet men like on jobs or online.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would go out with my friends quite often, and the entire time I've lived in LA, I've had definitely less than 10 men approach me.
Oh, she said less than 10. Less than 10. Dang.
Wow, so not even 10.
Yeah, so that's like one a year, unless it's 9. But yeah, she got like one every year.
Definitely less than 10.
Wow.
How long have you lived in LA?
8 years.
Wow. I was thinking you're like a couple years.
Like, come up to me on the street and like,
yeah, but I see why that doesn't happen in LA though.
Why is that?
Because like LA is one of those places too where one, there's a lot of people that are insecure. One, two, like rejection is definitely feared out here in LA because like there's been times where like a girl fell and I helped her up and she's like, ugh, and I was just like, wow. Like, so I think like even by you being
oh my God,
like, yeah, I was like,
okay,
like,
oh,
like,
you know something? That's what it is. I'm looking for a part that don't really exist. So I think that's something Mediocre tutorials and reviews said. Because remember, I watched like 30 seconds of his. I think that's what he said, and it wasn't really said in here. So I was looking for that part. I was like, wait, did I overlook it the first time? All right, so let me get out of here. Then I'll talk to Sweet Melody Speaks. Hey. Okay,
Hi,
so
Phoebe.
hey, how you doing, Melody? So yeah, it looks like it seems like she that there is a place for her in this country. Now, I told people this before, and maybe some of you think it's cap, but there are women her size that up and leave. They just up and leave Cali, and they go to Atlanta, they go to Florida, they go to the South. They go to the South because they want to be approached more than once a year.
Oh yeah, in the South she's gold. She's probably like in LA, probably like a 5. In the South, she's like an 8, 9.
I don't think she would be a 5 in LA.
What do you think she would be?
I don't like to give numbers, but I 5 is average. Last I went, big girls were not average there. But then again, I have a tendency of filtering out big girls. Meaning, like, if I go to a venue and there are 20 women and 10 of them are big, I would say, oh yeah, so I went to this venue and, there were 10 women there. Like, I kind of filter them out of my mind. So, but in LA, I noticed that women in the face look exceptionally young. Like almost in a bad way, in a way that would work against them because guys don't want to get caught up with the law, even though they're damn near 30. It's like, oh wait, I thought you were like 16. It was a lot of that going on,
Right.
in LA. And yeah, they do tend to work out more.
Yeah, LA, she's definitely average in LA to me. I know you might say she's below average, but her face is pretty. That's how she was able to model because of the face, but the body, The body takes like 3-4 points away, in my opinion.
So you're saying that the face is a 9, it is between like an 8 and a 9, and then she lose 4 points, 3 to 4 points, bringing her down to a 5?
Yeah, imagine her face with Danika's body or somebody like that. She would be like an 8, 9. But that body brings it down to a 5. Maybe even a 4.
So I'm not going to ask you what you think Danika's score is, but that's a question that came to my mind. What is Danika's score, and what is her score compared to this woman's face?
Do you want me to give?
No, don't.
Okay.
I most certainly don't. Just like I never gave you a number, I don't give women numbers, especially ones that I know.
Yeah, they're so mean in the chat. They're like 4 in the face, 6 in. I mean, I think she has a pretty face, but the chat don't think so.
Okay, well, that's why I don't give numbers. So yeah, to people I know, to friends, that's just something I don't do. But yeah, so
how you doing?
Pretty good, Mel. Oh no, right quick. I just want to say this.
How's it going?
This is a thing, people. This is a thing here, not just in Southern Cali, but in Northern Cali too. Like I told you, the homie said all of his sisters moved to like different locations in the South. And then he showed me their picture, and they all were big. They all were big. I was like, wow, they just,
They're moo cows, right, Mel?
Mm-hmm. Like the overall package, yeah, she doesn't have an ugly face. She's just big. She has an hourglass shape, but it's just big hourglass. And it depends on her target base of type of dudes that they will find her 8, 9, and 10. That's the whole thing.
Here's the thing though. In Los Angeles, she gets approached once a year, if that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But
so there's definitely, I see what you're saying, but if the guys in Los Angeles is anything like me, we look at the shape first, and if a woman's shape is not pleasing, shout out to Chantel Simone because she's a fitness trainer. And she tells women about the importance of their shape. If I don't see their face, I'm not looking at their face at that point.
Exactly. Well, I look at a complete package. It's got to be the face and the body.
Well, it's got to be And so if one area doesn't qualify, why even look at the other? I don't even like.
Well, because of type like hood niggas. That's the whole thing. Oh, part of my friends can't use the N word. Yeah, but dudes from the hood. Me and you both know her target, dudes from that side of the track will holler at her. But being that she's looking at the other types of men that she wants to get, that's like 90% of men, and mostly in LA. Yeah, she wants those type of big base, and they're not looking her way. Period.
Okay, so poor dudes do have fewer options, and they are open to. They do have a lower bar in general. I will concede to that. Even in the hood in Cali, it won't be that type of party. It would be more, at least when I was in the hood. So the response to her would be very similar to what you seen on the first Friday when Chris Rock was like, don't you ever come around here. Meaning that he probably would partake. He just don't want anybody to know. That would be like a commonplace reaction. And from her experience. Oh, here, let me put her picture out there for those who.
Oh man, that's like the same size as Debo or Big Worm. Those type of big size dudes. Yeah, they will holler at females that size. That's perfect for them. Like, yeah, the woman this size, like people that's like Debo, like the movie Friday Debo size, or even Big Worm size with his status. These type of women would be perfect for them because they focus on their ass more times, and if they have a nice curse, they ain't got like a flabby stomach and everything. As long as they got like an hourglass shape and nice ass for them, it's perfect for them. Those type of dudes.
This is not an hourglass shape from what I see. I will say that. And this isn't me to just thump on her about her size. It really isn't. This is me really highlighting the overwhelming, because, even I would have assumed that she would get approached more. That's a natural assumption. Like, I mean, once a year is extraordinarily low. Oh, here's Melody, because she mentioned before that she was approached like this morning. But once a year is extraordinarily low for a guy. I'm a guy and I get approached more than that. So it's extremely low for a woman.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was possible. Only 10?
Yeah, but you gotta understand too that she's focused on a particular type of dudes. That's why she's low on her numbers and stuff. She ain't focused on the dudes that she's turning down. So
that's what she counts. She didn't say whether those 10 guys she accepted or rejected. She said that those are just the 10 guys. Now, I told you about the DMV chick, and it was like 3 to 5 a month.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is extremely low. So Eisen says, bullshit, regular niggas will do it too. They can't get a bad bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. But I mean, so Eisen explained her situation, because to me it's I don't want to say it's extreme, but it is extremely lower than I expected.
But like I said, you know how we ask a woman their number count and they don't tell you the exact number. They always want to be lower and stuff. Mostly, I think that's the guys that she find fully sexual attracted to. But this didn't go right. She's not counting the guys that she actually has sex with, but she doesn't. She's trying to forget. I think the same situation with this chick. Yes, I mean, if she says 10, I think it would be at least 20. At least, because she's not focused on the other 10 that she doesn't like. She focused on the 10 that she actually like. So this is,
she would work to make things happen, if that's the case. However, let's give her 30. That's still extremely low.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, pretty women get approached every day, at least 3 times a day, at least.
And there's different types of dudes got their own taste too. So.
Yeah, but if you're a true pretty woman, a lot of people would like you.
Oh yeah. Someone like your size, Melanie. Yeah, everybody gonna holler. You're gonna get more percentage of guys hollering at you. But the bigger you are, it's gonna dumb down. It's gonna be lower and lower. But the way they're making it seem like, I think it's way over extreme. Like I said, she's lying. I
wouldn't say she's lying, Mel. I just think she's in the wrong state. She needs to go like to Atlanta or South Carolina or Mississippi, somewhere like that, and she'll get 50 men.
That too, definitely. Atlanta.
She could very well be lying, but I mean, the question. Okay, so the way the other chick presented it was she was telling stories of guys that she wasn't interested in approaching her. So it does seem as if, like, hey, I got those stories too. Like these guys who I'm not interested in. Apparently, the other chick is not really interested in older Mexican guys. But she would say, like, she would have said something like, oh yeah, me too. I get approached by older Mexican guys also, or something something to that effect. But she's not saying that either.
Yeah, that's I don't really take a lot of these female stories too seriously too much. Yeah.
I don't either, but I can say that there's a there because it's consistent with other things that I've heard and seen.
Yeah,
primarily the women that are leaving Cali to go get some Southern penis.
Mm-hmm.
Now, answer me this, Mel.
Yeah,
would you approach?
No.
And why is that?
It's too big for me. I know my limits.
So why? Okay,
if she's a little bit small. If she's a little bit smaller, then yeah. But other than that, nah. I mean, I'm not trying to fuck. Yeah.
So with that, why do you think that others will? Curious.
Well, like I mean, we grew up in the hood, so we know there's some dudes that smash certain dudes of different size. That's why I said what particular type of men.
But no, I get it. But me and you are the same age, and we're far removed from modern hood culture.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah,
I get it. Guys in the hood, including myself, were extraordinarily aggressive when it came to sex, because when you're poor, a cheap thrill is the only one you can afford. So I understand that. I'm perhaps the culture has shifted, or perhaps she simply don't live in the hood, meaning that she would get approached once a year. Like maybe in the hood she'll get approached 10 times, but if she don't live in the hood and she don't visit the hood just to get approached, then it makes sense. Like I get it. When there's this understanding. Oh crap, I missed a super chat. But there's this understanding that hood dudes will sleep with anything. And it's a very accurate assessment. I don't know if that's true for modern hood dudes, but yeah, that's been somewhat within reason the case.
Yeah, I would say in my early 20s I would have, because like I said, like just like you said, we had standards and stuff like that. Now we got more standards now. So.
I had standards back then. In fact, they were higher because like the chicks were younger.
Yeah, they was younger. As long as they have a fat stomach like the clumps, then I'll still smash a thick girl like this. But my standards have grown since then, and the outcomes. Women like this get older, they get bigger, especially when they have kids. So I'm not trying to accidentally pregnate her and then she get big, have to get pregnant and stuff like. So yeah,
so yeah, I think if you take away the assumption that she lives in the hood, and then you put her in a upper middle class neighborhood, maybe that's where she lives. And you got a bunch of chicks, a bunch of soccer moms in the morning, running around the neighborhood with the ponytail swinging back and forth. And then here she comes picking up the newspaper.
Oh wait, this is the one that Mr. Fantastic said was bad. I remember. Yeah, I remember.
This one, the all black. You probably think both of them bad.
I'm talking about her. What's her name? Bria, whatever her name is. Oh. I remember one time he said she was bad. Like she's a bad plus size model.
Well, let me hit up Fantastic then.
Yeah, hit him up.
Yeah, but that's another factor too. Like depending on some men's taste, they don't have to be in the hood, but you got some dudes that isn't the plus size woman, or you got some hood dudes that will go outside the hood and hang certain areas also too outside.
Yeah, call Mr. Fantastic.
Like you have hood dudes that go outside
that will go outside the hood and like down like. Well, I'm not familiar with LA. I know they got the downtown shopping areas and hangout areas. Like what's that? North Hollywood, something like that. Yeah, they will hang around there. Yeah, like certain spots. Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, like window shopping or bike. They hanging out and meeting other chicks. So yeah, so she probably ran into those dudes outside the hood. So yeah, so
So Shane Vicious says she'd be okay as a slump buster. No, I think dudes do stuff like that to bust slumps or droughts or what have you, and that's so their performance won't be off when the next opportunity comes. It's kind of like sharpening your skills or planning the off season. However, when I do that, and I have when I do that, I lower the bar on looks, like how her face and stuff look, than anything, and personality and social status. Like I adjust the bar in those regards, not really the body type, because then I will train myself to be with somebody of this particular body type, and that's not like when the slump is over, you'll be with something attractive, not really something that
like she doesn't have an ugly face. Like she got a pretty face.
No, she's pretty.
It's just the body. That's what
don't say that like it's a small thing. Like just the body. To me, the body is like the primary of a woman's overall attractiveness.
Yeah,
I agree.
And see, that's why Melody, when you were saying that, her face makes up for her body, you're assuming that to a man, a body is of equal value as the face.
Well, I was saying that as the fact that that's what's technically having a hard time for what the amount of men who want to step to her the way she wants to. If she would lose the pound some and stuff like that to have that perfect slimmer body, then yes, she could talk
Yeah,
to
that's
her.
what I mean. If she lose that weight, I think she would be up there.
But then again, we got this day and age where modern women shamed a lot of dudes into wanting to talk to them. Period. So that's part of their fault also too. Like you feeling like certain dudes shouldn't talk to you or shoot their shot, and then you want to go online. You want to go out in the open the street and embarrass him, or even go online and post stuff about a dude you met that oh he's ugly. He shouldn't be talking to me. Blah blah blah. Like, come on with that. Like,
well, let me ask you this. Has anybody ever posted you online doing mode 1?
I wouldn't know.
So let me ask you a question, Mel. When you're doing mode 1, how do you do it? Like, can you give me an example?
You just introduce yourself very calmly, shake your hand, how you doing? Pleased to meet you, and everything. Make some kick up some conversation, flirt with her a little bit and everything.
Well, use Melody as an example.
Yeah, let's just play around.
If the body language is up to part and everything, how you read it, because you got to read the body language how she respond to you in the first 5 minutes. Flirt with her, and then yeah.
No, but okay. So say I was somebody, and you tried to talk to me. How would you do it, if you don't mind?
Well, you want the setting to be a club or is that on the street?
Let's say out on the street.
Same as her. Same as this chick. She's walking her dog to the coffee shop.
Okay, yeah, I'm walking my dog. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the coffee shop. Let's say I'm walking from the other side. So walking towards her, she walking towards me, and of course I was looking to eye contact while walking by her, and then I come back and say, "Excuse me, miss." Stick out my hand. How you doing? How you doing, Melanie?
Let's do it real quick. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
All right. See you walking your, cute little dog and everything. My name is Jamel. What's your name? All right. What's your name?
My name is Melody.
That's good, Melanie. All right. How you doing? She walk your dog every day like this?
Yes, I walk her every single day. Walk him.
That's what's up. Definitely, yeah. It's a nice day and everything. So, definitely, I like how your hair, like, you just feel beautiful today. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, walk out by yourself. Your boyfriend don't mind you walking here by yourself. Yeah.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
No.
That's what's up. Yeah. I'm single myself, you know what I'm saying? Yes, definitely. I'm new to the neighborhood, so I think me and you should, get together sometime. Just give me I'll give you my number and everything. Those things we'll talk and everything. Get together sometimes. Definitely.
Okay, sure.
All right, here you go. Definitely.
I'll take your number down.
All right, so why don't you give me a call? Yeah, we plan a date. Definitely.
Let's do it.
Coffee. All right. Let me let you go off about your business and everything. I don't want to bother you and stuff like that too much. So, text me later. Definitely.
Definitely will.
All right.
So, Mel,
and then she texts me and everything. Now the body language and everything. So we had a good vibe and.
Mel, I mean, I gotta say that's more mode 2.
No, because I'm about. Nah.
Well, you say things like get together.
That's what I wanted.
And you say go on a date, et cetera. And you also say, do you have a boyfriend? Which asking her if she has a boyfriend really is like implying that since you are available and without a boyfriend, I can be that boyfriend. That's from what you describe and from what I understand mode 1 to be, it means that you are closer to mode 3, somewhere between mode 2 and 3.
Nah, mode 3 is when you what's mode 3 again? Mode 4 is when you curse her out. So it is straight up. Tell them what she
Well,
is.
mode
3
4 is
that's mode 4, yeah. Mode 4 when you
mode 4 isn't cursing her out. That's mode 1 extreme or hardcore is when
Nah, that's 1.5.
No,
mode 4 is like you're mode 1 and 4 is like similar, but it's like opposite. When it's like more 4, you're still being straight direct with her, but you're technically cursing her out with extreme upsetness. Like you upset at her, you got turned down, and you cussing her out.
Well,
that's how you really feel about her.
Mode 4, as Alan describes it, in my interpretation of it, is coercion.
Nah,
it would be something like if you want to keep your job, then
Nah, that's not mode 4.
He just said coercion. I'm giving an example of coercion, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're being hostile.
Nah, that's not mode 4.
Now, okay, so and I'm gonna talk to Alan about this.
Yeah.
But to me, I classify what you just did as somewhere between mode 2 and
I think that was mode 2, definitely.
Or between mode 3, because he said, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And that kind of pushes it towards mode 3 because it's implying
no, it's not.
Looking to be her boyfriend. Then why would it matter?
Okay. Number one,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my interpretation of what I think mode 1.5 is, and then the chat room can tell me what they think.
Yeah.
All right. So Melody's walking her dog. She's on her way to the coffee house, and I walk up and I approach her and I say, "Hey, how you doing, love?"
Hi. I'm good.
Okay. Just good? Is today an exceptionally good day, or are you just saying that because that's just something you say to everybody?
No, I'm having a great day today. Definitely.
Was it great before I came up and stepped to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't make it any better for you, is what you're saying?
Not really.
Well, that's probably because you don't know me yet. All right. Well, if you could do me a favor, I'm digging everything. I'm digging the body. I'm digging the hair. I'm digging the eyes. I'm digging the earrings, all that good stuff. But I am just so curious. And, this may or may not be a deal breaker. I doubt it. But you could have all kind of mustache thicker than mine underneath that mask. So if you could just pull that down for a second for me so I can give a full assessment, I would greatly appreciate that.
Okay. I pulled it down.
Okay, that's wonderful. All right, so you passed the test. Now let me see if I passed yours. All right, so the thing about me is that as you might be able to tell, I'm older than you, and I'm older than I look still. And I've been through a lot of ups and downs in relationships, not really looking to get into one. However, I do truly enjoy the physical company of a beautiful woman like yourself. So if you don't mind us getting together sometime and having a little fun because we're both adults, then I think that we will have great days after that.
Now that's mode 1.5.
Okay, see?
That wasn't mode 1.
Yeah, that's how I picture mode 1.5 being, Mel.
But you said have some fun, so that can mean anything. That means we can go on some dates, go to the beach.
And I mentioned adult. I mentioned adult. That's what makes it 1.5.
Now 1.5 are you actually saying the triple edge language, like, Melanie, I want to fuck your ass.
No, that's mode 1.
That's not mode 1. That's mode 1.5 is the hardcore part.
No, it's the opposite. Mode 1 is the
wrong way. You're going the
wrong
way.
Mode 1 is
1.5 is.
You telling me what 1.5 is? Like,
yes, I am. Listen, 1.5 is
telling me what mode 1.5.
Yes, I am.
No. I had it.
1.5 is closer to mode 2.
That's what he said in my interview.
Mode 2 is indirect.
Let me tell you.
No, that's what I'm saying. So this is closer to the indirect, where the hardcore is 0.5. Listen.
Yeah, 1.5 is hardcore, straight hardcore.
No.
Okay, well, put it like this. It's what I did. What you did wasn't any of those.
Actually, I did, because that's what I wanted.
No.
Yes, it was. Right. If I wanted to date with her, that's what I said. I wanted to date with her. I want to take you out. Okay. Remember when he said about his brother too. His brother was looking for a serious relationship. So it doesn't have to necessarily mean sex also too, but he was straight with his attentions. That's where the whole point of mode 1 is, straight with your attentions. I wanted to take Melanie out for a date and everything.
Mel, let me say this. I interviewed him and he broke down the modes. You can go back and listen to the interview. He said,
I've been listening to Alejandro Curry before you find out about him.
Listen,
let it go.
He said mode 1 is direct. Like, I want you to suck my dick. You know, that'll be mode 1. Mode 2 is indirect. Mode 3 is indirect. He said mode 1.5 is telling someone that you want to have sex with them without using the language. So saying, hey, why don't we get up and, like JC said, have some fun, some adult fun. That's mode 1.5.
And also making it clear that you're not in a relationship.
Right.
Or that you don't want a relationship.
Right. If you want, you can go take the clip from my thing and play it for Mel so he can know. Because he explained everything in the interview.
I've been listening to Alejandro Curry before you even did the interview.
I understand, but
before I started coming on panels a year ago.
But he explained it on my show. He explained it, you know.
Remember when I explained it also too?
Curry's name 3 times. He'll come
Remember I explained it also too. Remember I also explained it too, and Alan Roger Curry co-signed on me when we was debating with MOT.
I just hit him up.
That was an argument.
Listen, I just hit him up. I just hit him up and he saw it. So he might be coming on here now.
You hit him up right now?
I just hit him up because I said that you got it all mixed up.
Okay. So
he'll probably come up here.
Yeah.
But I definitely hit him up.
So Dane breaks it down. Let's see.
And
I agree. That's why what I said was mode 1.5. But I want to hear Kevin. What's on your mind?
Oh no, I just saw your title, man. I just literally came up. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm assuming you guys are talking about the title, right?
Yeah, initially. So this woman here,
okay,
on your screen says that she moved to LA 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And since then she has been approached by men less than 10 times.
She's fat.
Yeah, and that's obvious.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why. I mean, you want me to go into it real quick, Game Changer?
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Midwest, but the thing is that I have family that lives in California, particularly Victorville and Apple Valley, and all the times that I've gone, I've seen some of the most beautiful women on the planet there. Mm-hmm. There's a standard of beauty that exists universally, in my opinion. You guys can believe what you want to believe. But the standard of beauty is tall, thin, good-looking women. The thing about it is that this woman is fat. She's overweight. I don't know how tall she is, but she's fat. She's competing with some of the best women on the planet. So not only is she competing with some of the best women on the planet, the standard is that if you're a dude, typically a dude in California and LA, let's assume he's high value, he's not gonna approach her. Because he's looking for the best. And the best are a dime a dozen down a beach in California. Let's just be completely in LA or in San Diego or something like that. Mm-hmm. She's probably and the older she gets, it's gonna get even worse. But she may just want to lose some weight. Maybe 40 pounds, maybe. I could see if she was out in Cleveland, Milwaukee, but she's too big. And she might be a nice girl, but her body type is supposed to be in the Midwest if she wants to get some play, unfortunately. Yeah, that's just my opinion on seeing her.
Now, your opinion is actually fact. That's a fact. What you saying? Thank you. Yeah. Man, but GC, where she say she's from?
She didn't say. I was hoping that I see it the second time, but I mean, apparently she's a plus size model, so people know her bio and stuff. I never
short clip because I remember I forgot where she said she was from. I think I seen this clip when she mentioned where she was from, and everything. But when she said that, I was like, she's comparing her where she was from to now she's in LA.
Yeah,
which it makes no. Where she was from, maybe she might think she was an 8, but over in LA, nah, she's a 3. She could probably be a 6 or she's a 7 to New York standards.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Dan.
Well, right quick. This is to everybody. Why, with this understanding, she didn't lose the weight? Like, it seems like it would be, because 8 years is a long time, and in that time you can lose a lot of weight. Why hasn't she done that? Like, she could go from a plus size model to presumably a regular size model, provided she does that. Shout out to Jennifer Hudson, who made that change.
Because
she's lazy.
Because Game Changer, there's no standard. There's no standard of fit. I mean, and I hate to say this, but most black women that I've encountered, a lot of times black men simp so hard that there is no expectation to even lose weight. She probably gets.
She's not in a place like that. She's not getting simped over. She's getting approached once a year out of 365 days. One day, one guy comes and asks her for a number, and she still haven't said, you know something, I could really just increase that, to maybe like 1,000 a year if I were to lose weight.
She's probably lazy. She's probably lazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to.
But also too, what he was alluding to. Let me use this as an example. Like the porn industry. You think every female in the porn industry make the same amount of money?
Most certainly not. No.
Nah, because they have different size criteria and what is their target crowd. You got thick women like her size is in the porn industry, and a lot of dudes is sipping over like crazy. So of course she's not gonna be, motivated to lose the weight because she still got guys. Even online though.
Mel, follow me and Kevin. She don't have those guys. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I
There's
understand that.
in the world where a big woman don't realize she's big because guys are still trying to smash. She obviously, according to her, is not in one of those places. Why not lose the weight? I don't understand it.
Now, remember, social media.
Deborah says, because fat is beautiful, that's what they really believe. I don't think she really believes that. She understands that it is a problem. Let me show y'all.
Like, the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store. Shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Also, men don't approach you in LA.
100%. Absolutely not. Especially when you're pretty, too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is like a whole nother thing.
Oh my God.
So she realized, unlike many plus size women who tend to just blame the men or blame society at large or, for not accepting it, she at least realized that the problem is in her physical being. Yeah. She's aware of that. So yeah, she's not under this whole fat is beautiful thing. She understands that she would get approached more if she lost the weight. Now, this is 8 years. Like, 8, trust me, I know everybody's system is different. And just like some people can study for 10 minutes and get an A while other people have to take, hours or pull all-nighters, I'm closer to the latter. So I get it. Life is not fair that way. And, some women can, eat Cinnabon all day and have it go nowhere. And other women, they eat an extra olive and they just blow up. I get it. But it does seem like you have a problem and you understand the solution and you're just not putting the two together. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, because she like the brother said, she's straight lazy. And the type of crowd she's hanging around with that's, hyping her up. Like, you're still beautiful in your way. Just wait for the right man to come to you and everything. And the 2-3 simps that's simping over her, she uses as a power boost and everything, but it's still not working to her advantage. And that's the problem and stuff. Yeah, as long as she got those 2 or 3, it's like a big girl that said, like Lizzo going around saying my P's the ish so much. She probably might have smashed 2 guys, but not out admitting it. But as long as she got those 2 guys, she can hold it as a lot of dudes giving her that superpower, like I'm the ish. Over a slimmer chick that's getting more attention and a different quality type of man coming at her. Because you see how Lizzo's doing. She's throwing herself too hard on Captain America, on Chris Evans so hard. But he had no choice but to be nice to her out in the public open. He ain't gonna really tell her how he really feels. Woman, you're too fat for me. You're kind of coming at me too much, too hard. I don't like it. He can't say that, it make him look like a jerk out in the public eye. But
well, yeah, I get it. But once again, Lizzo seems to be somewhat blissfully unaware of her weight as being a problem. This woman isn't. The comparison,
Trust me, she's aware.
She's aware. Yeah.
Lizzo's aware.
Then why is she even trying with Chris Evans? Like, why would a woman who doesn't work out and she's aware that that's a problem even try with a man that does?
Body positivity movement we in now.
Yeah.
But that would make her unaware. Like the body positivity movement makes women unaware that it's a problem. If Lizzo is aware, then she wouldn't even behave as if she's, because like throwing yourself at, wealthy, attractive men is something that extraordinarily attractive women do. Like that's something that women do when it's quite clear that nobody will ever say no. Yeah.
And then another sad thing about it, GC, social media. She probably getting hit up by simps online, still throwing them D pics like crazy, everything. And she might not mention it on here, but that's part of her ego boost. So as long as she's still getting that type of attention, if it's not out in the real world, as long as she's getting that online, she ain't gonna have no motivated to want to lose weight the way she is. It's the type of people that she has around her her so-called friends and online social media. But like you said, when she get older and she's not losing the weight and she's gonna be old and alone, yeah.
I get it, Mel, but you keep speaking as if she's unaware or that she's in some type of fog of ignorance because she uses social media. She doesn't seem to be unaware or under any type of delusion.
No, she's aware. She's aware.
So she is aware. So the whole
she just want to act like it.
Right, but the whole simp theory is out because she's aware that she's not getting the attention that she wants, and it's because of her size. But yet there doesn't seem to be that's not a motivator. I don't, and that's what I want to explore more than anything. Melody, what's your take?
What about her being aware?
So she's aware, but she's aware and she's not. Did you just write it off as lazy? I think you answered this already.
I said she was lazy. She don't want to work out. She's probably like being a plus size model is better than not being a model at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to take that and stay fat and stay eating.
Okay.
That's what I think.
And that's what you, Kevin, what's you?
No, again, I don't want to sound like a broken clock, but she's fat. She just needs to lose weight, especially if she wants to be in California.
She is the question.
Why doesn't she lose weight?
Yeah.
Why is she not motivated?
She's lazy.
Yeah.
Clear cut. She's just a lazy. She's lazy, and nobody is gonna tell her. Nobody has shamed her, and I think that's what men need to start doing, like how men did back in the day, and women did. Somebody should say, "You are too big. You're gonna end up as a cat lady. You're in California. You can get a high value man if you lost weight, but people are just simping for her. She needs people like me to be in front of her. I'll tell her flat out. Right off the bat, you're fat, and I'll tell her out of love. Go ahead.
No, I don't mean to cut you off, but you alluded to some big fact right there, GC. I wouldn't say not from the men, but definitely the women. Remember back in the days and everything, women was shaming other women when it came to them being promiscuous the way they was. It wasn't us doing that. It was the women that was doing that. But that has died down. Yeah. That's why she probably not motivated to lose the weight, because women is not shaming her of what she is and what she's doing. They praising her for dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to come from the women and everything.
Yeah. So Alyssa says that she gets more work as a plus size woman. So you're saying that she's fat for the money?
I can see that being the case.
I cannot. For one, models don't. I'm not going to say models don't make that much, but most women who are models or model don't make that much. Like not much at all. And it's not. It's solely because when they do work, they make money, but they don't always work. Like there aren't enough new dresses out there if you're a runway model. Like there just isn't enough. Put it like this: there are more models than there are products to model. Mm-hmm. So very few of them actually make a living off of them. Many have regular jobs, or they're trying to be actresses and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, but not saying that, but and maybe she's one of the successful ones that makes her living this way. But if you're that much of a household name, I can't see you slimming down and then somebody say, look at you like, you're ruined. You're ruined. You know, here's a cake. Here's a steak.
Well,
like,
don't you know that a lot of people were mad at Monique when she lost weight? Because they wanted her to stay big. Yeah, they wanted her to stay big.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing will happen with Lizzo. If she lose weight, people will be mad at her too.
What's an icon? It's, you know, these women represents people who are, you know, they're trying to force society to accept it. They're trying to force society to accept it, and they're like, you know, I want you to shove it down your throat.
That's the problem, and then we got cancel culture the way it is. So yeah, so they really forcing it down our throats like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so they might cancel her, but I do think, and this is another reason why I don't have the lust for I shouldn't even call it lust. This is another reason why I'm simply not attracted to them, bigger women, and that is because a lot of times it is laziness. Unfortunate but true. There is a reason, and that reason often reflects lack of discipline and laziness. And even if a woman is slim, those things means that she's not really fit for long-term mating. However, if a woman, because you know, you can have a lack of discipline and be lazy and be slim, provided that nature has blessed you to do so. However, when a woman is big, you're kind of like, it's stamped on your body. It's like, listen, I'm lazy and I don't have any discipline and I should be the mother of your kids. No, it doesn't work that way. Like, no matter what, it's off-putting. Even if you find yourself visually attracted to it, it's still off-putting.
GC, do you even realize now what the media is doing so much, especially in our community with women, how they promote women her size plus model size? There's a show on BET called First Wives Club. Jill Scott is in that show, promoting the image of successful, thick girls like her size whatsoever, that are successful boss chicks that's going around getting with athletic, muscle, tall dudes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, flopping at them. And this is what they promoting so much on the media so much right now. Girls of any size can get with successful men, or attractive, handsome, athletic guys, no matter what size you are. And they're definitely promoting a lot of the thicker girls, especially in our community, so much.
It's not going to work. And that's because the only way it is working now is because the slimmer chicks aren't really out there and making themselves available like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but realistically, if men have choices, they're gonna choose slim. As it's typically all cap. Now she says so did Adele. Now if you're talking about that chick from Moesha,
no, it's the singer Adele. What was that song she sung? Damn, it was just in my head.
Oh, I don't know.
White lady.
Okay, so yeah, then that's another thing, because I'm about to say that chick is dead. The big girl from Moesha, she that ran the coffee shop or wherever they used to hang out.
Yeah. That's your vet Wilson. Yeah, she was in Friday. The one you were talking about?
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, she died. No.
No,
Odell was that singer that says when I saw Hello. Blah, blah, blah. That's the only part I remember that song.
Would look like, so she actually would look like Laura London if she, because I see the dimple and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will look like Laura London.
So yeah, like I don't know. I mean, Laura London has a career that's almost solely based on her looks.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura London do plump up like between movies, not to this extreme, but I have noticed it. I have noticed that she does plump up between things.
This woman looks like a linebacker. I'm sorry. Her physique is just it's too manly It's mind-boggling how people got mad at me earlier today because I went on a panel and I said, they asked me, we went to your page and we noticed that you say you only like slender women. I said, well, first of all, I'm a small man and I've always liked slender women. But the fact of the matter is that you can't brainwash me to believe that a woman who's built like a damn Chicago bear is attractive. You can never brainwash me to believe that. Even when I was a kid, when this shit started happening, this woman looks like a goddamn dude from lower down. Look at her. It's just her arms are as big as his arms, and he's a man. It's too much. It's too much.
Well,
when I look at her, I get that
type of skeleton. Like Issa Rae has a masculine skeleton, meaning she's not a overweight woman. However, her shoulders are broad, and she's just one of those people like that. Nothing you could really do about that. I think that if she slimmed down, we don't even know what kind of skeleton she has because she's so big. But I do think that if she slimmed down, lost 40, like Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews said, and she lost that 40, it might be like a linebacker shoulders underneath there, or it might be something more Laura London like. Who knows? But this really is like the worst case scenario, because she's not Laura London.
Yeah, GC, if you realize, because if she lose the weight, her shoulders still gonna be big. It's gonna be shapely athletic. It's not gonna shrink.
Well, once again, we don't know if her shoulders is big like that. See, we know Issa Rae, and she's just built like that, but we know that she's like that because she's slim.
But GC, I've seen girls like her size, their before and after pictures, and when they worked out and slimmed down, it became a muscular physique. But yeah, the shoulder's not going to shrink down. She just wasn't fat. She just had a athletic physique and everything, tighten up and everything, slimmer waistline. So yeah, her shoulder's not going to shrink down like that. She's like stuck like that. So the only thing she's going to have to do is she's going to have to work herself to like a muscular, athletic tightened body physique so she can get a smaller waistline.
Issa's getting married.
Is she married already?
Okay, so she's married already.
Yeah.
My cousin sent me her because she's a fan of her show. My cousin sent me her, I guess her wedding photos. I thought she was just trying on a dress, but she's married now. She's married to a black dude. So apparently that Asian stuff she was talking was just, You
know who else looks good? I'm sorry to cut you off, Game Turner. You know who else looks good? Miss Piggy. So when people say Lori London and this chick, I'm like, God damn, man! Like we were brainwashed as kids. Miss Piggy looks good. How about that? She has a pretty face when you put makeup on her. She's a goddamn puppet. But that's how I see these women. It's like it's just makeup on a pig. I'm sorry, you can't brainwash me.
Well, Laura London actually looks good, though. I see what you're saying, but Laura London actually looks good. She does plump, like I said, she does plump up off camera.
Yeah,
but on camera, she actually looks good, and she has since she was on that For Real video.
Yeah.
Now the other girl to me was hotter, but the dimples did kind of boost Laura London up, and she looked good as Nunu. I will give her that. So
yeah.
But yeah, this looks like the chick that ate Laura London. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
GC, you ever seen those pictures of women from Brazil when they work out, athletic fit, but they still got these nice, shapely, sexy proportion curves?
I've been to Brazil.
Yeah, you seen it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you seen the ones when they work out. Well, the ones they got the nice, thick muscular thighs and the butt. Yeah, and they work out and stuff like that. Yeah, even on the shoulders, even though they work out, but they still got that nice voluptuous breast, but the nice slimmer abs and stuff like that. Yeah, like if she worked out, at least look like that, like the Brazilian woman, then she definitely will have a chance.
Yeah, well, I mean, she'd have more than a chance, but I mean, so many women have the potential, to do it. And yeah, laziness is not going to get you far in most aspects of life. It's not. But
can I say something about somebody in the chat real quick?
Yeah, and then I'll change the subject. But go ahead.
Ray Hannah says, so a woman is a pig if she's not 130 pounds. Yes. If a woman is overweight, she's a goddamn pig until you lose the weight. Just like a man who's broke, it doesn't matter. He's broke. There's no interpretation. You're broke. So men get judged a certain way. Why can't women? If you're overweight. If you're thick, you are a pig. You're fat. You're overweight. You need to lose weight. Sorry. Just like a man who doesn't have a dollar to his name, he's referred to as broke. He's not referred to as any other thing. Oh, you know, he's still a beautiful guy. No. He's broke. So just how everybody judges men, women need to be judged in the same way. God damn it. Right, Anna?
Mm-hmm. I do agree with that.
So let me ask y'all, why do y'all think certain areas embrace, from what I noticed, and I'll just say my point of view. From what I noticed, certain areas look at color versus shape. Me, I go size, shape, texture, color in my order. That's my order of priority. With right quick. Yeah. With particularly Southern brothers, I noticed that it's color, and maybe texture, and then size and shape is somewhere on the far, trailing behind that.
For some reason, Game Changer, and I'm glad you said this. I do a lot of color commentary as well. Mm-hmm. I love a dark bitch. I love black women. The girl that I'm engaged to is a dark black chocolate woman. I've always liked dark women. But I'm about to coon real quick for the chat. I don't like fat, overweight, dark chicks. I'd rather choose a light-skinned one for some reason. I don't know why lighter-skinned, bigger women look better. Like, if this chick was dark-skinned, it'd be a wrap for her. I don't know why.
So fat looks better on light-skinned. I did not know.
Yeah, I don't know why fat looks better on light-skinned women. I don't know why. It doesn't look right on a dark bitch. But I will always choose a dark-skinned woman over any other woman on the planet.
No, fat don't look good on anybody.
That is true, but if you had to choose a color, which color would you choose?
I won't have to choose a color. I'm not gonna choose fat. If you have like two big girls standing next to them, one light, one dark, I'm not gonna say give me the light one. Like I'm not gonna choose either.
But if you had to choose, which one would be the better option?
I choose neither.
I couldn't.
Super duper sumo.
Gun to head, I choose the dark one.
Oh.
Because I do prefer darker skinned women over lighter skinned women.
So you choose Precious over Lizzo, because Lizzo's lighter.
I would choose Lizzo. I would choose Lizzo. Well,
they're both they're both on the same thing. They're both big. It's like, it's a coin toss at that point.
But I gotta admit, lighter skinned, fatter people look better for some reason. I don't know, women look better. I don't know why. It's just, to me, they do. But I could be wrong though. Like Queen Latifah always looked better than me than what's her name off the Facts of Life? That big bitch. I can't think of her name.
Natalie.
Natalie?
I thought it was Tootie, or if I can't think of her name.
Tootie is Kim Fields.
Yeah. No, yeah. That must
Natalie.
be
Natalie is the big one. I know because my cousin, who is a legit chubby chaser, and he married a big woman, he had a crush on her, and I thought it was weird. That's how I remember her name. But yeah, he had. So there are some dudes out there that are just wired that way. He used to be like, like Natalie is about to jump out of a plane on the Facts of Life. Like he was really into her. I'm like, oh man, I'm looking at Rudy Huxtable and you just on this fat ass chick, But he was just wired that way. A lot of dudes are pretending to be wired that way, but he was the real deal. So he got what he wanted.
Well, you got to learn, GC. I learned attraction's not meant to be understood. People like what they like, and it's got to accept it that way.
Well, there's always going to be outliers, and people with unique fetishes. So there's always going to be those cases, but I think men are generally universal on what they want.
Yeah.
Now, what they can get, would be, is two different things. But okay, put it like this: plastic surgery wouldn't be a thing if men didn't have a particular type. Like when you see all these bad bitch surgeries, it's pretty much the same shape, and it's because that's what men like. We're kind of consistent. Like this is the bad bitch body is generally speaking what we want, and it's pretty clear. Now women are more fluid. Like some women like muscles, other women don't. Some women like real skinny dudes, and some chicks be into that dad bod shit. Like Hey, some women like, a pretty boy baby face dude, and some women like, a nigga with some bruises on his knuckles and some scars on his face, some battle wounds. Like, they're all over the place with what they want. However, men, we're pretty consistent. Like, look, we want the bad bitch surgery with the Megan Good face. Like, that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Gigi, what really killed me with this interview, though, the one in the black, talk about the story how she met a homeless dude she was nice to. And I'm like, what the hell did that story have to do with dudes coming up to speaking to you? You went after a homeless dude and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. I mean, I think that was her way of saying that guys approach me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly. That's what she was trying to do. Prove a point with that mess.
And women do kind of get off on that whole, guys approach me thing. It's not, it's not too impressive because, you have a vagina. So like they're going to do that. But I think it's something that they tell themselves and tell others, through that. So Too Cool for School says, hey, GC, could you review the 8 at the table? Bring the table clip. Okay. Why did you call me love?
What the hell?
I hope you're a chick. Well, no, because somebody sent me that clip and it's a real name there and it's a dude. And I hope it's don't call me love.
Yeah, that's what I'm bugging out. Like,
hey, GC, I gotta step away for a second. I gotta walk my dog.
Okay, well, I'm gonna close down anyway. And if somebody try to get at you while you walk your dog, make sure you tell me if it's mode 1 or mode 2.
Definitely will.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely if it's hardcore. More hardcore.
I'll let you know. Okay, so I guess thanks for having me.
Okay, peace, Molly.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm closing down in 4 minutes anyway. But thanks a lot for the cash app. Let me see.
Step out, take some financial courses right now.
Let's see.
All right, GC, thanks for having me up, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so she ate everything on the table, surprised there was even wood left. Yeah. I mean, all right. So people say I'm cold with it. Yeah. When I talk about the big girls. But see, I talk about the ones who are blissfully unaware and they're trying to shape the world to fit them as opposed to shaping themselves to fit the world. I am brutal on the mentality that a lot of big girls have. This one don't really have that mentality, at least, I mean, yeah, granted, laziness is not really, didn't say peace and love. Don't just say love. I appreciate the cash app, but yeah, just say peace and love too. Don't say love. Cause that's what I say to like Melody and stuff in the chat room. Like, so yeah, it's all good though. But what was I saying? All right. She don't have the fat girl mentality that I find detestable. Would I do her? No. However, I do appreciate that she is at least self-aware.
Yeah.
I can't, which is why I can't just thump on her, like Keith, but Keith is a cold dude, I can't really do that. But let me ask you before we head out.
Yeah.
Why is it okay in the South outside of the whole light skin thing? Like, how do you think they got that way?
Well, let's be completely honest. The dietary choice down in the South, they don't have good eating habits. So a lot of those women, in my opinion, I think they gain those bodies because of diet. And so over the course of 2 or 3 generations, you create these thick women. And and like I said, everybody wants to think like, oh, African women are thick. No, they're not. The thing is that these women are created with these fat asses from cornbread, green eyed peas, black eyed peas, this, that, and the other. So because of proximity, these men have to accept it. I mean, if these women were all 5 feet short, they would have to accept it. And so, of course, over time, you find beauty in proximity. I mean, if you go to Alaska, I'm pretty sure Eskimos find Eskimo women attractive, even though they're not. It's like that here, in the South. I mean, I don't live in the South, but I'm saying it's like that in the South because there's really no standard of beauty in the South other than being fat or thick. Then that's what they find beauty in that, and more power to them, Yeah. Dev, I will show my stomach if you cash app Game Changer 100 and you cash app me $50. I'll show my stomach. Yeah, absolutely. I don't do stuff for free. But yeah, that's what it is though.
Hey, the hell do an Eskimo chick look like?
They're like a mixture of Asian and white. Yeah.
And that's not sexy?
To me, absolutely not. No.
What, are they fat? What's wrong?
They're short. They're short. They have like short body structures. They're not necessarily fat, but they're like boxy. They're like boxy. Just look it up. They're like boxy people. Same thing with I hate to say this, but the better looking Asian people are like Japanese women. Whereas I
like Filipino.
Yeah,
I like the Filipinos that come.
Filipinos look black though. I will admit though, Filipinos do look black. I will admit that. But in every culture you have the best looking and you have the worst looking. And I hate to say this in terms of phenotypes, thicker women aren't, they're only accepted because of proximity and finances. Let these dudes from the South get money. They ain't marrying no fat chick. They're not.
So you think that they're just forcing the hands of these men?
Oh,
they're
absolutely.
Basically like, listen, we all gonna eat chitlins. We're all gonna do this. And you either gonna deal with this or jack off. Now, this is a question. This may come from a privileged California point of view. Why aren't the men just jacking off? I just jack off.
In terms of why, instead of not talking. Okay, so you're saying men should jack off instead of talking to them?
Well, so if somebody, because to me, what they're doing is they're dictating what your dick takes. Yeah. But if they come to me and say, listen, you're gonna either, take a fat chick or nothing at all. I'm okay with, saying nothing at all. People in the military do it. People in prison do it. Like, priests do it. Like, why not just jack off? Like,
because I think that men would still want to be in some coochie. Given the opportunity, so I think that's what it is. Yeah,
but they're not actually in coochie. As my scientific brain assess the situation, I think that they're just putting their penis between wet thighs. They think they're in a vagina, but they're not. Like, how do you get there?
Yeah. Listen, I've had my fair share of big women.
Oh, okay. So explain the science.
Well, and you're probably gonna laugh your ass off. In college, that was my first experiments with big women. You had all types of women on college campus, and I would have to get drunk to have sex with any fat chick. And I don't mean like sloppy drunk, but like the more beers you drink, you get beer goggles. And women, all women start to look, even the ugly will start to look attractive. So me sober, no, I couldn't fuck this girl sober. I couldn't get hard. My brain doesn't compute like that. But drunk, yeah, I would, yeah, definitely.
Oh, see, I don't drink.
Yeah, so that's probably why you can't comprehend fucking her. Yeah.
Okay, so Grandpa Sage, I'm about to close down, but if you got something you got to say, then type in the chat room with your real name, so I know that I could let you up, because we got some weirdos out there. So do that, and I'll let you through.
And I see people in the chat, and I don't want to disrespect your chat, but I see people saying, like Dev Cooper saying, you have a boxy shape, dude, Kevin. So and what Dev is doing is Dev is probably is Dev a solid. I mean, is that cool if I say something about Dev?
She said something about you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Dev is a dude, right? Dev is a dude, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm trying to see the let me see. I think Dev is a dude. I can see his avatar, and this is the problem with a lot of men who don't get coochie. Dev doesn't get coochie, and he pedestalizes all women. He hasn't set a standard for himself. So when he sees a man setting a standard, when he sees a man having that standard and being on that square, it bothers him. It bothers him because he doesn't have a standard. So it doesn't make any sense to him why men on the panel would reject who he perceives as a good-looking female. So now he's making attacks towards me. Oh, you got a box shape too. Well, whether I have a box shape or a muscular shape or whatever shape, I still, as a man, I have a standard. And Dev, the thing is that maybe you should have a standard too, But I understand it. You know, you probably didn't go to a university. You probably never lived on campus. So you probably weren't around a lot of coochie. That matriculated over to your adult world after you graduated. You never developed social skills. You never developed being suave, this, that, and the other, like I did. So your ability to go to a woman ceases, thus you're watching Game Changer in the chat. So the thing is that you need to watch Game Changer because he's a red pill guy. And whereas content creators like me, I don't need to watch people. And not knocking anybody else who's watching you Game Changer. But the thing is that I know people like that. He's an incel. He doesn't get coochie. So he thinks this woman is creme de la creme, and she's not. That's why he's attacking men now. Yeah.
Hey, AM1, come up because we're talking Cali biz. So come up because you grew up in a town like me, and give our perspective, because this chick here, and you could give him town biz. In some places in this country, she would be considered hot. She would be considered approachable, like whatever you want to call it. You know, it's so, yeah, come up and give your take on it. I appreciate that. Get another Cali dude up here. Let me put the link out there again. So while we wait for that, listen to the person in the back chat. You got to say something in the chat room. We got people coming up flashing and stuff. I don't have time for that. So you got to say something in the chat room so I can recognize the name, and then I'll let you on.
Guys, while we're waiting for people to cam up, it's about 150 people in here. Just cash up $3 or $4. Get this man to $600-700 tonight. That's easy. Just cash app.
Actually, no, I mean, you know, they do what they like.
Yeah.
All right. So Dev Cooper is in the back. However, Dev Cooper, you too got to say something. Now, Dev is the person I was just talking to, right? Yeah, that's the person you just talking to. Perfect. He needs this. Oh, actually, no. Let me check the thing. Hold on.
He needs this. He needs to hear this.
Yeah, no, that's a fake. That was a fake. All right. So, oh wait. Oh no, that's something else. Hold on. Yeah, say something in the chat, or else, you know, it's not gonna happen. Let's see. He is on time. Oh crap. All right, so I'm gonna risk it. Hold on right quick. So yeah, say something, Dev.
Oh, hello. Yo, what's up, Game Changer? Hello, Kevin.
How you doing?
Okay, hold on right quick. Let me read this. Let me read this super chat. AM1, come up, fam. And we'll do it like that. Let's see. I'll go with nothing at all, as I have done. Yeah, that's what some people do. I don't see the thing, but you know, hey, different cultures. Go for it, Dev.
I mean, what do you guys want from me? You saw everything that I put in the chat, but you don't really respond to it. So what do you want from me?
You asking me? Is this a rhetorical question?
Whoever's the man of the room, whoever's the smartest guy, please answer me.
Well, I didn't recognize your chats. So I don't really know what's going on. Kevin noticed your chats and he was replying, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I want you to like my name out.
He was the one calling my name out, so here I am.
So you want me to respond to you?
Yeah.
Because you was asking.
Yeah. No, Dev, hear me out for a minute. You're about, I can tell by the sound of your voice, you're about mid-20s, late 20s, not over 30. I could just tell by the sound of your voice. So trust me, I'm not trying to knock you or nothing, you know.
That's a compliment.
You haven't gotten a lot of coochie in your life. I can hear it in your voice. And what further?
Time out. Whoa, time out,
sir. You asked me to talk. So no, sir. Sir, you asked me to talk. Give me a second. When you talk, I'm gonna be completely silent. I can just tell by your chat that you don't get coochie. You don't. You probably have had sex with maybe like 10 women in your entire life. I'm in the 80s. And I will admit a lot of it is by default. I lived on campus when I was younger. I'm a part of Alpha Phi Alpha, which is a fraternity. I have a large network. So a lot of it's by default. I'm an ugly motherfucker, but a lot of it's by default. But a lot of it is because I was charismatic and suave. I can tell by just your comment with that whole thing of you have a boxy shape, which was funny to me. The thing of the matter is that you are attacking another man for having a standard for a woman. Women have standards. A woman will have 50 fucking standards for a man. All a man has is 2.
You're being a bully.
No. I'm almost done.
You're being a bully.
I'm
You're being a bully, so I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to say some shit back when I feel like it.
Sir,
I don't care.
Sir,
let me know when you're fucking done.
I'm almost done. You're over aggressive. You're an incel. And I'm about to be done. You don't know this. You don't know this. You don't know this. You don't know this woman. You are an incel. You don't get coochie. I can tell by your voice because you're attacking me for having a standard. Go ahead.
All right. You got it. You got it, Dev.
Okay, me. I do have standards. I have some of the highest standards I think around. I'm actually saving myself for people that are up to my standard. I don't go around sleeping with 80 women like a dirt dog like you are. All right. I have higher standards than you. I have a lower body count than you. That's for sure. Like, I don't have to go around and just try to get every little coochie around. I have more self-discipline than you. I'm a better person than you. All right. I'm not going to go around pick on fat chicks because they're fat and make a whole show out of it. Even when you look out of shape yourself, it's stupid. All right. It's a fucking embarrassment. I'm done.
Well, Dev, thank you for proving my point. You listen. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. He said, "I have a lower body count than you." He said, "I don't go around."
Between the two of us,
I'm not going to hell like you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hell like you. There are higher standards for people like me. When I do shit, people follow. All right.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
There's a higher standard.
Let me do this. Let me do this.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. All right, nobody cares.
Let me do this because this part is me being on your side. So between you and I, Kev, one of us, and I'm not gonna count. One of us have a higher body count between you and I, and I wouldn't say whoever has a lower is less than because of that. I wouldn't determine less than or greater than by either of our body counts.
Right.
I will ask Deb this, and I think that this is a better gauge as to where the standards conversation, Deb, and that is the woman on the screen. Is that somebody that you would consider for a sexual relationship?
No.
Okay, fair enough. So you're just protecting the idea of attacking a person. You think it's bullying to attack a woman based on her size, right?
Yeah, you guys were going on her a wee bit, just hard, just big women in general. It's just unnecessary. When you guys are not picking up your shirts, you guys have so much of a fucking ego. I'm sorry for cursing. You guys have so much of a flipping ego that you won't lift up your shirt unless you get paid money like a bitch and whatnot. Like, it just lift up your shirt and show that you got a gut too and that you ain't shit. You are not shit, Kevin. All right, get it through your thick skull. I don't care if you Alpha Phi Alpha, yo. It don't matter. You're not shit.
Okay, well,
let me give a rebuttal, game changer.
Okay, real quick. Let me rock for a second. I'm sorry. So I take it that you watch my show a lot, and you have seen me actually, because you said like both of us are doing it. So you have seen me actually go off on big women. You've seen me. You know that this is nothing. So we are clear on that, right? Like, compared to what I normally do, this is nothing.
So
my point is that the reason that
does that make it okay?
In certain cases, it is. I'm about to explain.
You don't even have a camera on yourself, yo. You should be fucking topless when you do your shit. If you're going to be talking about big girls, let them show what real body looks like.
Game changer.
Right quick, Kevin. To be fair, she's not. To be fair, she's not topless either.
No, you can still see. No, you as a man, it's okay. You don't have breasts, or do you? Breasts are something different than men.
She don't have a bra on or a tank top.
Are different, yo. You can show Conan and the Barbarian with a shirt off.
Listen.
Talking about, I can't show my shirt. Wait, you think we gonna put a sensor bar over your titties?
Okay, listen. Here's the thing. Understand that the reason that I go off on most big girls is because of their talking points, not because they're big. I'm sure you understand that. Now, the reason why
what talking points are there? What are they talking to you about? What are these talking points that you have to discuss?
Well, they're talking to anyone that listens, and many of the talking points is that it's okay to be big, and it's not. Things like you can't handle a strong black woman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or trying to shame a person for wanting a woman who is more melody shaped. See,
okay, but like, do you have to roast her in the process of correcting her?
These are things that I am against, and sometimes I do so in a harsh and extreme manner.
Yeah, and you get clapback from me.
I'm attacking them because of their talking
and you're going to
point.
get a clapback sooner or later.
They attack others. They attack
it don't matter.
me.
They're women.
They attack me. They attack Melody.
What are they saying? That you're not strong? Who cares? Who cares? Just ignore them. You see me? Do I look worried about what big girls say?
Listen, I choose.
Do I seem like I'm worried about what big girls say? No.
Well,
no.
Game changer.
It don't matter. It don't matter because I'm focused on the. I have so many girls on my flipping plate that I have to balance so much shit. I don't have time to focus on big girls. I have too many dimes on my fucking plate already.
All right, in Milwaukee, stop.
Hold on.
Morons.
Hold on. Okay. You have so many dimes on your plate. You have a roll of dimes. Okay. Can we talk to one of them?
No.
How big is their penis?
Wait, I didn't ask the question properly. Can we please talk to one of them?
Like, no, they're not here. I'm in my room by myself.
No, just you have three-way calling?
Nope.
You know, I have to ask why a guy with a roll of dimes is in a room by himself with no dimes.
And asking two men to show them their stomachs, by the way.
I'm just curious.
That's the way God has me set up. He didn't want me to be too powerful too early.
So God gave you a roll of dimes that you can't sleep with?
Apparently.
Is this like some type of, retarded Job thing that he's doing to you?
These girls are like a drug. All right, that's how good they are. I would fucking kill myself. How much fun I would have with them. I can't handle these girls yet. I'm not mature enough.
You can't handle an attractive black woman. Kind of like how they say, you can't handle
just friends.
A strong black woman.
I'm not sleeping with these girls. Like these girls, I'm not sleeping with. I'm just friends with them. All right?
So you are friend zoned.
No. I friend zoned them. There's too much shit going on. There's too much shit going on.
So I get it. So
because you know what?
These women are coming to you saying, I got you, AM1. I got you, fam. You're telling me that these beautiful women are coming to you and saying, please, Dev Cooper, please give me some of your penis. And you say, oh, no, thank you. I'm a man of God.
Yeah, that's why I had to say.
Well, why don't you
that hasn't come up yet?
Why don't you just make them? Why don't you just make them honest? Why don't you just make them honest dimes?
I can't afford the fucking rings. These girls deserve like a $250,000 ring. That's a high of a standard these girls have. So that means I had to do some extraordinary shit in order for that to happen. I'm nowhere near there. So I don't even want to play myself.
You're telling me that these dimes would marry you as long as you come up with a $250,000 ring?
Maybe like 50,000 to pass.
Oh, okay. I got it.
But they deserve a $250,000 just so they can flex.
Before I get into the town biz, what's on your mind, man?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I was waiting for this effery right here because it sounded like you got a crazy discussion with somebody.
Yeah,
who's the crazy discussion with AM1? Is it with me?
Dev.
I'm right here.
I don't know who you are. I mean, relax. Like, why are we?
Dev, I understand.
I'm freaking out, man.
We alive.
Dev. You're a closeted homosexual.
Relax.
You don't get any.
Don't come at me, bro. Shut the fuck up, yo.
Don't rile it up.
Fuck you. You don't know me.
Why all this emotion?
I know everything about you.
Fuck up.
Don't rile up. Don't rile up. Hold on.
Don't tell him to pop off. Don't get him.
Hold on, Dev. I'm mute you. Dev, don't rile up. We're gonna come back to you. You can address that. You can address that whole comment.
That's why I be gone for a little minute, and people be like, "Hey, man, what's good? Miss you on panels," and I'm like, "Yeah, I want to come rock with Manosphere YouTube," but then Kaz be on the panels wild, and I had enough of that with Taz back in the day. Shout out to Taz.
Yeah,
I can't be on here with like hyper emotional dudes. So I mean, what's the deal? Like, so this chick is talking about she's not having dudes holler at her. Like, I kind of came in late on the whole thing.
Yeah, so she came to LA, right? Or she went to LA 8 years ago, and in that 8 years, she's saying that she only gets hollered at. She only got hollered at like 10 times in that whole time, and she admits that she's a big girl. And Cali dudes aren't feeling big girls like that.
Right.
So, you grew up same place, same time as me. Is she right? Is she just one of those chicks that, that we would never holler at, not even think about, and just kind of like overlook?
I mean, to be honest, I'd have to see her more, but I mean, you know what it is, man. Let's keep it a buck here. She is not like the archetypal chick that dudes are looking for. Maybe that's something you might smash on. I mean, this is the chick that's on this the thumbnail, this light skinned chick right here.
The same one, yeah.
So she's probably used to getting. She looked like she got a like low key cute face. She looked like what I call over thick, like chicks be thick, and then it's like you a few burgers or a few not like a missed gym months away from just being too thick. But we'd have to see the real body, see the curves and whatnot to really see. But I mean, I've thrown around a couple of chunky chicks, over thick chicks in my day, but she's definitely not the archetype. But I mean, what it really boils down to is this, man. Just a lot of women are just having this like hyper-inflated sense of expectation and just think every dude wants them, and they think they're way better than they really are. I mean, the Bay got baddies, you know what I mean? I ain't got to tell you. And Cali got baddies if you want to talk to Bay to LA. So it's like face looks decent, like 6-ish, maybe, maybe 6.5. But we have to see the whole body. Plus, let's see the attitude, the mentality. But the thing is, dudes that really got their shit together ain't really just pulling up on chicks like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, they got to choose up a little. They got to make it be known. Like, I know where I'm at in life. I'm like, bruh, it's not that simple. And she's not somebody who I'm going to pull up on like that. Like, nah. So, I mean, it's funny. It's just that the sense of entitlement is so hyperinflated that when dudes ain't pulling up and just like choosing and falling all over them like that, they just don't know what to do. They just short circuit. And to be honest, it's funny to see. It's laughable to me. Really.
So let me ask, the big girls that you did smash, did they come at you?
Well, I mean, those kind of situations were like work environments, when I back in the day when I had punk ass jobs, some in like office settings, and it's just like they just throwing the pee at me. So it's like, yeah, I'll mash it out. Or, like a friend of a friend, oh, my girl's feeling you. And it's like, okay, you're like over thick, but the curves are where they need to be. So big booty, big titties. All right, cool. Mouth game looking proper. So, it's literally like just something to do. I mean, I'm being crass about it, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Like I think we barbershop talking, you know what I mean? I mean, this is what men really be thinking. So any ladies that's watching this, like, gotta understand, like, hey, if you kind of on the chunky side, kind of over thick, there's a lot of square ass dudes that get zero vagina that's gonna fall all over you and just be trying to like jump through hoops for you. But when it comes to dudes that's, I mean, I'm gonna break it down like this. Like, I work for myself. I make good money. I'm 6'2". I'm light skinned, so depending on where you're at and what era we're in, light skinned dudes is in style. But I'm a well put together dude. Like, by my estimation and by most estimation, I've had some baddies, I've had some dimes. So when you got like chunky chicks out here that's halfway cute, thinking they like on par with like Cali dimes, it's like you need to calm down and relax and simmer that down. So you're not mad at the world because you're in your feelings, wondering why dudes ain't pulling up on you, because you're just unrealistic. Like, you gotta just get into a reality here. It's just out of touch.
True. Just for the record, I know everybody's seen AM1 and nobody's seen me. Met up with the dude, and I am the better looking dude. Just so everybody know that.
You know what? It's true. It's facts. You know what I mean? Like, if we were to line up here, the chicks would be choosing up on him, and I'd just be trying to get his leftovers. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Really met up in real life.
Yeah, tell business. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, that was dope. I used to have a office space, and I do events in Oakland, and GC pulled up on me a couple of times at my lab, came through to my studio spot. If you look at any of my older streams from like 2 years ago, you'll see me do broadcasting streams from my studio space. I do graphic design work, videography, motion graphic design. So I have my office spot over there, and GC pulled up. I had the event series and whatnot. And when Oakland was popping back, a lot more right before the lockdown stuff and whatnot. So yeah, kicked it with GC a couple of times, chop game and whatnot, chop game on some projects, back then. And, we could still get it in on some stuff. Always looking to collab with the fellas. Cool dude, solid. Talking a lot of shit here on YouTube. It's been funny, watching the rise and watching the consistency. I admire that. But yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you, fam. Yeah. So people under some impression that like I'm some fat, ugly, slobby nigga that's afraid to show my camera because I got like my belly is over my belt or some shit like that. Who knows? But yeah, it's not that type of. Listen, I have a life outside of this that I want to keep separate. It's as simple as that. But hey, if you local, you know, you can't attach my face to, you know, the GC brand, then, you know, shit, I'll meet up with you. You know, you kick it, Giant Burger, you know, Nations, whatever.
No, that's what's up though, because I respect that, because GC knows what I'm talking about. We here in the Bay is hyper liberal, is hyper fake woke, and certain things you say could easily burn your name down. Like if they attach you to something and you work in a professional kind of setting like that, and the Bay Area is small like that, California is small like that in a sense, to where somebody hear your name, attach it to your government name, and hear you say something that's halfway out of line and hurt somebody's feelings out here, then these hyper liberal folks gonna lose their minds and short circuit and then want to cancel you and all that. So YouTube stuff is cool, but to a certain degree, you got to watch what you say. I myself work in such a way where I can pretty much say what I want. I mean, you know, I'm subject to the potential cancel situation too, but I'm already out there like that in the Bay to a certain degree. Like GC is working in like big tech type stuff. My network situation was a little bit different, so it's like less risky for me. So I totally understand what he's doing. But nah, I met up with the brother. Brother's cool, solid dude. For anybody that's out there trying to hate and say that, it's funny to me because I'm like, well, I've met him in person before. But no, I feel it, GC. Yeah, don't let them. I know you ain't sweating that, but whatever to y'all haters out there.
Oh yeah. But I appreciate you. But yeah. So the only times that you would mess with a chick like this is if she like made you an offer that you couldn't refuse sexually. Like she made it overly convenient, you know, and it's like, why not, you know, like.
Yeah. No, you know what? I got a phrase for this I came up with, like, man, I just turned 43 a couple of weeks ago. Over half a lifetime ago, I came up with the phrase where you got a roster of chicks, and depending on how you roll in that evening, you call up your plan Z chick when your lineup is one of them acting stupid, one of them out partying too hard, too far away. You call up a plan Z chick like around 2 a.m. when nothing else has been popping. You lazy. You don't feel like cleaning up. Your hair ain't cut. You call over plan Z. You know what I mean? When all your other options is just kind of whatever. She's kind of like a plan Z kind of looking. Some of these chunkier chicks are kind of that plan Z option. You know, they're going to pull up. They're going to pull up on a late night. They're going to bring you a burrito. They're going to bring you some juice, you know what I mean? A lot of times the chunkier ones like this be single mothers. So if you're gonna go that route, which, you know, generally a no, but if you're gonna go that route and you just want to get one off, then, you know, call up a plan Z. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it is. To get relegated to that status to some degree.
Hey, now did you let the homies know that that's what you did?
Yeah, I'm not shy about it. I'll you know, I don't worry about what the fellas think. Like, you know, most cats I know, they understand. Like, you know, you got to keep a couple of plan Z's on deck. Some of them plan Z's be the most freak nastiest ones, sloppy toppy on deck. I used to have plan Z's that come through. My dude, he'd call him a bobblehead. He'd be like, I need a bobblehead. This is going to come through and just get that head game cracking, and they just going to fall all over, you know, and be ready to just leave after. And it's like, oh, great, because I love that. Come through, handle business, leave. Peace. Thanks. So, you know, plan Z, you know.
That's a new one.
Now, do you still do that? Or I haven't heard that either. And we're from the same place.
Oh, that's no. That's an AM1 original. Don't get it twisted. That's an AM1 original. No, I mean, now, bro, my whole situation is so refined. Now, obviously, the whole Bay Area hyper liberal cancel culture things have ramped up to a new degree. Going out is just a whole other ball game. These younger chicks are just hyper entitled, like we're talking right now. So, I mean, this right now, any smart man is adapting to his environment and looking at the way the culture or lack thereof is going, and the fuckery is just on all new levels. So I'm that much more selective. So I'm avoiding and ducking and dodging like Neo in the Matrix, bullets in slow motion. These kind of things where these chicks are supremely gassed up, halfway decent. But a lot of them are broke. I mean, let's keep it a buck. GC, you know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
Everything fake eyelashes, fake everything, hella ass makeup, like weave game through the roof. I'm like, the Bay used to have kind of more of the natural kind of look, but then the chicks that kind of go that route be more on a hyper super fake empowerment kind of tip. So it's just a weird game out here to navigate. And where we at now after this fake pandemic thing too, you just can't be out here playing around with these chicks like that. It's too much money to be made. Everything just got super serious. It's fire under asses out here. We ain't got time to play around. So I'm super selective with chicks that I spend time with, or where I'm going to put my penis. Shout out to GC. And then now the extra other thing is these chicks is, you know, injected with this Frankenstein juice craziness too. So I'm not inserting in that either. There's a whole other. Somebody said that somebody dropped a meme. A homegirl of mine said something like, the dating pool has been peed in. I'm like, shit, the dating pool has been injected with GMO chemicals too. So it's like, I'm not even pulling up on that. You look on a dating site and see a vaccinated badge. Oh, my bad, I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I'm talking about. You see a badge that says you subjected yourself to human experimentation. I'm not touching you. So that just made it even more complicated. So, I mean, you know, long-winded and everything with that, but I'm just like, the whole situation is so refined. The market is so weird. I'm that much more careful about what I deal with because I'm in a position now to just make paper and really be selective of who I rock with. Like, she got to look right. She got to be thinking right. She got to understand what we're really operating and dealing with. And I suggest brothers out there, especially the young brothers, that's really, you know, at the mercy of your testicles and your testosterone. You really better figure that out, balance that out, go to the gym, get your workouts in, harness some of that energy. Because these chicks out here are wild like this. Again, hyperinflated ego, self-importance, and to the point where you have nerve enough to be mad that somebody ain't hollering at you. Like, take some initiative and compete. Step up and compete then.
Let me ask you this, because I'm going to play a clip so you can get a taste of our personality. But before I do that, let me ask this. You saying that Melody can't get it? She can't get the light skin peen because she's been vaccinated.
Nah. Just I mean, she looking right, but that's contaminated though. I mean, no diss to her. Just I don't know her like that, but just off top looks nice. She got her head on straight. That's beautiful. But I would have to say I'm not participating or touching anything that's subjected themselves to the GMO human experimentation because
I don't think it's an experiment though. I don't think so.
No. Without a doubt. Like look at it. I mean, if you really follow the science, people are subjecting themselves to like Nazi Germany style human experimentation, injecting themselves with technology that's never been used on human population. And you see the links they're going to you know, coerce people and manipulate people into this. I just walked by a spot right here in downtown Oakland that I've been going to for years, and they said you can't even go in unless you show proof of taking this Frankenstein juice. So this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff.
I see. You're a conspiracy theorist. Okay.
No. See, that's the thing. You use a word like that, you got to be able to back that up. And you don't know me like that. So, and you know, it's whatever. But that's an easy fallback thing. And it's just a weak position because you don't know what I know about this. A better solution would be to say, what makes you say that? So then here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would inform you and say, hey, well, go look at these manufacturers who made these things. And when you go look on their sites, and go look at this emergency use authorization stuff, it'll tell you what I just said. So it ain't about any kind of conspiracies or any theories. I'm kicking straight facts that we can stop the show and go on Google right now. So before you say stuff like that, it's very careful to make sure you know exactly what you're talking about, because that's going to go bad for you. And you got to understand what you actually just did to yourself and be willing to be honest about that. You maybe made a mistake and understand what you did, because you literally did just put yourself in human trial.
Don't you realize? Wait, hold on. Don't you realize?
I'm with both of you, so you better not fight over something like that.
No, it's not a fight. No, it's not a fight.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. Don't you realize if the government wanted to kill us, they could have been killed us through the water, through anything. What makes you think we've been getting vaccinated since babies? What makes this one so different?
Well, look at everything that's happened in the last year and a half, and you tell me this is unprecedented in human history. And to your point, the water is poisoned as well. If you live, depending on where you live, there's already known toxins being put in the water under the guise of public health. So yeah, this type of stuff has already been in effect, but now they're just doing the most hardcore arm twist in the last 100 years, certainly in our lifetimes. So yeah, I mean, it's all facts. All this stuff can be looked up, all extensive documentation on all of this stuff. You're talking to a dude that actually follows the science and is actually understanding what's going on out here in this world. Black men truly trying to look out for the community or whatever we have left of it and trying to defend our people. But it's not going to work when we got people just walking off a cliff and just believing known corrupt organizations. nah, it's not gonna fly. So like I said, go ahead.
So all the vaccinations we took, they're all gonna kill us?
Well, I mean, if you want to go that route, if you really go look into that, there's all kind of documentation on that. Look at the reports from parents and injuries and all that. They'll tell you all kind of illnesses and things that have come from these things. Obviously, they're not instant. Well, in some cases they are, but in every case, they're not instant kill type mechanisms. But there's all kind of issues like autism and things that come from these things that are all documented, and allergies, all kind of illnesses. Part of the idea is that they put something in you that they know is going to make you sick, so they have repeat business forever.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: everything is gonna kill us. We're gonna get cancer. I know, but I'm just saying that if you put it that way, everything will kill us. They say the pollution will kill us, the water will kill us. So that's just one of the many things that they say will kill us. They say phones will kill us.
One thing we know is going to kill you is being fat as hell. So let's listen to this shit.
Right.
All right.
Do you feel like maybe it's where you're finding men, maybe? Like, the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store, shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Well, also, men don't approach you in LA.
100% no. Absolutely not. Especially when you're pretty, too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is like a whole nother thing.
Oh my God, girl.
So
I know
that's
it.
why I feel like I only meet men like on jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's her. Basically, she's not one of these chicks that say you can't handle or try to blame other people. She's coming right out and saying, like, listen, guys aren't really approaching me, and a large part of the reason is being plus size. Before you respond, AM, let me just give a shout out to Grinch. Grinch, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks a lot. We give a shout out to number 16. This is to you, AM1. He says straight conspiracy theorist. So,
well, people are saying that kind of stuff, and again, that's just a lazy approach. And if most of your following is black folks, I would say we need to understand that there's an extensive history of this stuff, and people want to talk all this oppression, and the government got that boot on their neck, and then turn around, and as soon as they tell you a story, you go slurp all up on whatever crazy chemical stuff they want to give you. But it's real simple. There's this thing that we can do where there's like paper and words printed on paper, or even easier, like words printed and coded into websites where you can read it. And there's like this thing where you can go type on a browser on a website and go read. And when you do that, you'll find out everything I'm saying is true.
But you can put anything on the internet. Like you can't.
Yes. So go to the manufacturers. Go to the manufacturers.
Everything you
go to the manufacturers. Go to the manufacturers.
You started them up again. Z-Mad, what's on your mind? Nah, because I'm cool with you both.
Yo, what's going on, GC, man? Yo.
Yeah, what's going on, bro? Sorry I kept you in the back so long, man. We got flashers and weird people coming in. So I got to
I know y'all got trolls and stuff, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, man. One question I had was, what percentage of men are these, these thicker women, or I guess we could say BBW women, what percentage of men are they looking, are they expecting to approach them in normal situations? Because, most men don't want a woman that's, around that size. They want a woman that's maybe average size, probably would say 15 to 20% body weight, right? Got some, nice curves on her, probably got some nice breasts, some nice boobs. Most guys don't want a woman that's thick and chunky. So I think what's happening here is, women are starting to be a bit delusional when it comes to, I guess, standards, I guess we could say. But it's just a bit puzzling to me because, a guy like myself, I wouldn't be looking to, I wouldn't even try to marry a chick like this. I'm not saying that she's ugly or anything like that, but she'd definitely have to drop maybe 30 to 40 pounds to be, wifey material or even girlfriend material.
No, I agree that women need a lot of guys to approach them in order for them to feel comfortable, or in order for them to feel like they had a sufficient pool to pick from, so to speak. This chick right here, she, unlike most, she doesn't seem to be delusional. You know, she's aware that she has a problem. She gets approached by guys once a year, and you know, it's not going to get better next year, provided she don't lose the weight. So
despite that, damn it, she still look way better than Lizzo. Fuck the dumb shit.
It's really, they all kind of like,
I agree.
Together, you know, but I mean, to the point, you know, I agree most of the time with what you're saying. It's just that this chick is a little bit different because she's aware, like, look, I'm big, and
does she get access? Sorry to cut you off, bro, but damn it, does she get access? Damn it, hell, if she has a damn gym membership and she's actually showing, I mean, she's that size, but let's say that she's showing like initiative, you know what I mean, that she's not in the gym bullshitting or whatever, you know what I mean, that she's actually trying to get it. And she looks exactly like this. Now,
no, I mean, well, and this isn't from anything she said in this interview. I say no because if she was actually trying, we would know. We would see it in her physical appearance.
I mean, because like, you know, since I've been listening, it sound like, you know, I mean, that she's like super heavy and shit. Man, I can pick this chick, man, straight up in the air, upside down. Man, come on, man. Like,
so I mean, listen, there's levels of interest, and AM1 touched on this. You know, there's interest. There's the women that you see, you know, somewhere, you know, at Lake Merritt or something, and you like, I got to shoot my shot. I don't care. I don't care what's going on in my life right now. I just can't let this walk by. There's those chicks. There's chicks that, you know, you would because the situation warrants it. Like, you know, you're in a setting and, you know, it's like, okay, this is too perfect of an opportunity, and I'm happy to be with her, and she's cool, she's cute.
But it's me though.
Then there's the ones that, you know, that it's been a while and I just want to keep my stamina up, make sure my shit still work type build. And then there's the one who have to make the approach themselves first. Now, she would fall into the, you know, the lattermost category, and that is, and you know, once again, AM1 said that women like this would have to approach him and he will take her out of convenience. Now, if she's not doing any approaching, then, you know, what we're seeing is what's the results. Like, people aren't really coming to her like that. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, I ain't saying like them, oh, you know, I mean, there's not, you know, she's not the reason why she's not getting approached, but damn it, you know, yeah, hell, she had to put in work. I mean, you know, after a certain amount of time, bitch, you know what I mean? Hell, motherfuckers ain't approaching you. Dumbass, you need to start approaching.
Take initiative.
Female, be female mode 1 with it, bitch.
Female mode 1.
I mean, like what the hell wrong with you? You know what I mean? But I mean, I want to see how she looks though if she stands up though. Now, like if she looks like a damn mushroom, yeah, y'all can have it. Yeah, fuck this bitch. Send her to the shredder.
There's anything like beneath what we see that will change my overall thoughts of. Because, like, if she's very slim, like, if she was, like, slim waist with a six-pack, it would just be disproportionate.
No,
like,
bro, I done seen chicks, like, you know, to have that same kind of, like, heavy top, but their lower body is like a dude that weighs $120.
So, fellas.
Like a whole straight mushroom.
So, fellas, one in the chat, if you would hit it if she made it convenient. And when I say made it convenient, like, you know, you just so happen to be sitting at home, not doing nothing, you know, reading a magazine or shit, fucking lighting the incense. And she comes knocking on the door like, you know, hey, you want some pussy? Like, she just made it that convenient. Or you open the door and she's on her knees.
Like, it really needs to just be thrown, because that's the thing. Like,
yeah,
not to, like, it's just because the last brother that I was speaking, he made an interesting point. But ultimately, what it boils down to this is nobody, even the baddest of chicks or the most high value dudes, nobody is owed to be hollered at. That's what everybody needs to understand. Nobody is owed that. So the point where,
yeah, that's prime right there.
The part where you start like kicking and screaming because somebody's not pulling up on you, like that's an adult tantrum. You're just a child then. Like, the level of expectation and entitlement is just ridiculous. It's mind blowing, really.
It's basically you basically saying in a sense though that she's coming like in the same way as what's his name's wife, Curry's wife.
Ha! Wow,
Yeah.
That's a whole other dimension. But I mean,
that's
she was way out of pocket for that.
Yeah, that's close to home. But yeah.
But that's the thing. I haven't heard enough of what she's saying, GC. So, but either way, I'm speaking more in general because that's a common thing. You know, that's common here in the Bay. Just in general, social media culture where just a lot of women are supremely gassed, right? And they got a lot of thirsty beta male type dudes that's just giving them all this attention, and they get addicted and be cracked out over that attention. You take that attention away, of course they're gonna go through withdrawals. It's pretty simple.
Now, but you give them attention too, though.
Not really, to be honest. Like,
okay, we'll put it like this: you give them reciprocity. Well, you give them reciprocity. They first give you attention, and then you give them penis, which requires attention in return. So they are. Does that help with their delusions?
No, you make a good point though. So if I'm on some kind of supreme drought, maybe I go that route. And you're right. It's an enabling. I'm an enabler, or any guy who does that. So to a certain degree, it is helping to gas up their delusional mindset. But I mean, grand scheme of things, grow up and be an adult and be in the real world. And for the most part, I don't care that much because it's like, get over yourself. But it is true though. I mean, if you do kind of lower your standards, then by definition, you're actually doing them and potentially other people a disservice by bolstering this overall illusory self-view a lot of women have.
Hey, and plus too, keep in mind, man, like ever since this damn COVID shit started, these hippos been thirsty like a motherfucker.
Extra thirsty.
But at the same time as they're thirsty, they're entitled too.
Hey, shout out to
absolutely.
I shouted out Grinch,
too,
right?
Man.
Yeah, I did. Now go ahead.
Yeah, you fine. Yeah, I think it's a lot of cap. It just be a lot of capping going on, man, with the, you know what I'm saying, the beta males, the simps, as we like to call them. Because see, one thing about it is this chick, she probably gets hundreds of comments on her Instagram pics, right? Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so beautiful. I love your curves, this and that and that and that. And I guarantee you, more than half of those guys, if they had opportunity to approach her in real life, they wouldn't even do it. And that's because of, you know, there's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't find women of that size super, super attractive. She's not ugly. She'll definitely get bust down. Don't get me wrong,
she ain't super attractive though, but
yeah.
Well, I mean,
actually, she's really not even that hardly attractive. Like I say, she's a little on the thick side.
Like, would you have shame? Would you have shame?
Ray, you're interrupting, brother. Go for it. Mad, you got it.
Go ahead. Nah, go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
Okay, Ray, you got it.
Now, would you have shame having Lizzo on your arm in public or her?
You're gonna take her at the desk right now because definitely not Lizzo.
Nah, I'll definitely take this chick right here for sure. I don't know about all that Lizzo mess. I ain't.
Well, I mean, at least
too much.
Personality-wise, she's self-aware.
I wouldn't even call that BBW. That's just flat out fat.
Well, I mean, this chick right here, at least, you know, personality-wise, she's at least self-aware. You know, the fact that she is aware and not probably not really doing anything about it, you know, says something. But now, AM, do you care that you are? I was asking AM, but you too, like, because I think you pressed one also. Do you care about the enabling, like, you know, or is it more like, you know, she's fat anyway, so fuck her, you know, like, let her be confused?
Well, I mean, truth be told, my thought process on it, and is not even gender specific. Fuck what everybody thinks, because anybody, male or female, who's on some hyper entitled shit, grow the fuck up and get over yourself and understand that nobody owes you anything. So in the grand scheme of things, all this complaining about what men are doing, what women are doing, everybody shut the fuck up and go get money and go get freedom and figure this shit out. And nobody owes you anything. You're lucky if you find somebody who's like a unicorn of a person who really is worth it and understands what the fuck is going on in this world. For the most part, we're dealing with a bunch of children in adult bodies running around trying to fuck on each other, and it's a bunch of bullshit. So if I hit one of them, I'm not perfect, but if I hit a vibe where I want to fuck on something that's some rando chubby chick, and it's helping gas her brain up on some cornball shit, then kind of whatever, fucking figure it out. Because I'm gonna keep it moving, and maybe you grow up, maybe you figure it out. I mean, I'm pretty much jaded just on the whole idea of where the trajectory of all of this is going. So, the culture of all this shit is just going to shit anyway. So it's kind of like let it burn, to be honest.
Wow, this is a change from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was like, fight gentrification and, don't let this happen to the culture, the town.
Yep. It's changed a lot, bro. You're absolutely right. Like watching what happened and this whole fake pandemic thing has been a big time revelation. This was a place that there was a revolutionary spirit of activism, spirit of true consciousness and understanding our position in this world as a people and just in general, right? Having some real strength. The men had real backbone and understood what was going on, or at least that was part of the vibe here. All that's gone out the window. Everything is sissified. Everything is weak. Everything is hyper liberal. So I'm pretty much like, hey, I'm just, being honest about the fact that for the most part, any kind of remnants Bay Area wise, Black community, and maybe as a whole, it's slim to none. So I'm gonna just be honest about that.
Hey, so let me ask you this. We was in the DR at the same time, but we didn't meet up. We met up before, but we didn't meet up there because we was in different cities. What's your take on the culture of the women there in comparison?
Wow. I mean, that's an interesting question. Way more down to earth, way more chill. And there was a lot of baddies that were just like around the way girl baddies who probably didn't even realize they were bad because it's like that was the common thing, right? So they're not all gassed up and not the same level of buy-in on American pop culture to where everybody wants to be somewhere between a Cardi B and like I don't know who's the hottest looking chick right now, but hot by way of all the fake adornments and all the fakeness, you know what I mean? Like it's way more just natural beauty, way more just chill, relaxed vibes and more femininity, right? Like in cooperation. There's definitely that energy there, which is like, I understand. Brothers talk about the passport bros and all that good stuff. I totally get it. It's not really my lane. I mean, I ain't mad at it at all. I don't hardcore that lane, but I totally understand why dudes is like, I'm through with American Black women. I get it. I understand.
Now you got to have gotten more play than me because they say I look local. They say I look Dominican. So I know they say that about you.
Oh man, everybody was rolling up on me automatically off top speaking Spanish, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like no Spanish or whatever. So
I got it from time to time, but I know you got it all the time. I'm a brown skinned dude, but I got but my hair texture and stuff like that. So
okay, both of y'all porno stars. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that.
Damn.
We're just assuming that we saying that we blend in. We saying that we blend in.
These niggas out here flexing.
No, we saying that we blend in with Dominican dudes. If you think they handsome, then that's you. But we're just saying that the locals thought that we were local, and that's because AM is a light skinned dude. So look at him. So like that's all we saying. That's not
okay.
They legit thought I was Dominican.
Yeah, he looked like my cousin.
Yeah,
okay, light skin power going on in here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but that's not flexing though. That's just saying that the locals sometimes for me, all the time for him, didn't recognize him as a tourist, and women are a little bit more aggressive there, meaning that if they see a dude, they do have more overt signals.
But what is looking Dominican? Don't you mean they look black?
That's interesting.
Well, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, since we're there.
Not to backtrack, yo.
What's up?
Yo, not to backtrack, yo. Yo, AM1. Yo, did you say you ain't smashing no chicks that took that COVID test?
Yeah. I'm just saying, just all the issues that are going on in any kind of like dating market situation. I advise brothers, especially starting with the younger brothers, to really have to assess that and understand that the need for discipline is that much more and has increased exponentially in the last year and a half. And there's that much more pitfalls. And I've been rocking with, Black YouTube, Black Manosphere for a few years now. And I've always talked about skills and resources because it's changed my life after working punk ass jobs for most of my adult life, breaking away and going freelance. And when you go that route, your time is that much more valuable and your interactions are that much more valuable. So even what you're going to decide to put your body into, you got to be that much more smart about it, and when you start getting into just weird kind of agendas and weird kind of stuff, where if you truly pay attention and read what these people tell you, they'll tell you they're doing some weird stuff that's never been done to the human population before. It's facts. Like, people in the comments saying different stuff here, but I'm like, go look at it. Simple.
Yeah, because it's never been done, because there's never been something this serious over here that's killing people. So they had to come up with something to save these people. We lost a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to get into it like that, but the bottom line is this. I'll just leave it at this. I'll say this and leave it at this. It's experimental. It's stuff that's never been used on human population before, and of course, there's no long-term safety studies. That's all. That's just on me. Like, y'all feel how y'all want to feel about it. I'm just telling you what I think and what I advise anyone to operate by, because why do we want to walk our people into further oppression and experimentation? There's already history in this country of that. That's a fact. Everything I'm saying is pure facts. It can all be researched.
Well,
I'm not emotional about it. There's no need to get all in anybody's feelings about it. I mean, no offense. I'm just literally advising the extended family, my so-called people, the so-called community. What would I be if I noticed something is wrong and I'm not trying to advise against it? That's sucker shit.
Hey, well, Melody.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Well, you got two choices: either die from corona or die from the vax.
Let's go back to the topic, though.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to see what this chick neck do.
Well, right quick. Somebody in the chat room said it's a black country, but so when you're there, somebody like Mr. Fantastic, they would look at him and assume that he's either American or Haitian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Which and this is just an observation of mine, and perhaps if I had one here, they would back me up. Dominican women aren't really into Haitian men like that. So that's just how it is. It probably wouldn't work.
Crazy.
Huh?
When I was in DR, I was in Santo Domingo, and most of the people I saw, vast majority, looked like me, like my skin complexion, in various degrees of like nappy hair. Like, if I grow my hair out, I grow like real nigga naps. And there was a lot of like people with like straight Latino style, like kind of, straight to more curly, wavyish kind of hair. So no, they were more lighter. Maybe that's Santo Domingo. I don't know, but I know for a fact what Fantastic or what GC is saying is true. They would think you're Haitian. It's just a fact. I mean, sure, black country.
Well, no, they're not. To Tim Howard, they're not really against Black American men, but if they think you're Haitian and they don't like Haitian dudes, then you don't get the choosing signals like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, listen,
Fantastic would have to speak first. Fantastic would have to. He would have to say something, to let them know that he's American, in order to get played. Where AM1,
hey, Melody, private chat.
Huh?
Okay, well, what I'm saying is my people love dark-skinned men. Don't get it twisted. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Wait, Melody, where are you from?
I'm from here, but my mom is Dominican.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so yeah.
By here, she means New Jersey.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm from New Jersey. Yeah.
No, that's all we saying. Like, it helps a little bit to blend in. And there is a thing that they have against Haitian men.
But to your other point, GC, the idea of like what's going on with, you could say the modern women or the ABW, I totally understand, and it's high key fuckery, and this has already been the case. We've been talking about this for years in the Manosphere. So we all understand what's going on. So to the point of the question asking about DR, just the vibes are totally different, the level of down to earthness, and it's just baddies out there. But a lot of these women here are just supremely overhyped and gassed on themselves, and just the beta male thirsting just makes it worse. Social media makes it worse. The access, dating sites, technology is just making it all worse. It's just convoluting everybody's thought process on like availability or access to other people. Swipe left, swipe right. It's just whatever. It's hella willy-nilly. There's no real like vetting process. So it's all going to spiral more and more out of control. And
on top of that, they're masculine as hell.
Right. Big facts. Go, man.
Yeah.
Preach.
Like fucking Sabertooth sister and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
But somebody was asking what do they have against Haitian men. I think that a lot of the Haitian dudes come over there first generation and they're very poor. Even by Dominican standards, they're extremely poor, and you know, they just not really checking for a first generation immigrant like that.
Listen, what I hate about Dominicans, and I can say this, is that they don't think they're black, and they be blacker than the blackest person.
No, they call Haitians. When I was there, I noticed that they call Haitians black. When they say they don't think they black, they're just saying I'm not Haitian. They call themselves Dominican and they call Haitians black. So they'll be pitch black and say I'm not black because they're saying I'm not Haitian. It's weird, but yeah, I had to have in Dominican shit.
Yeah, like I'll be like, sis, you're black. You don't realize it.
GC question.
It's translating something different to the melody. That's what I'm saying. Because once again, they call Haitians black and they call themselves Dominican. So like they're not thinking about us when they say that. They're not thinking about Black Americans or Africans or something. They just call Haitians black.
That's weird. But GC question. This chick here, you don't think though that she seems feminine?
Well, she's nicer than a lot of the bigger girls that I hear, you know, and she doesn't.
I mean, maybe entitled, but
well, she doesn't even.
You know what I mean? But she don't.
She doesn't seem entitled. What she does seem is lazy. Like that's the conclusion, because you know, unlike most, she's not blaming the men or saying anything like that. She's just saying like, listen, they're not checking for me like that. Part of the reason is this whole BBW thing.
So then, yeah, it's a little bit of laziness and entitlement, because if you understand that that's the issue, what are you going to do about it? And then I would still say either way, nobody is owed anything. So it's definitely a little bit of entitlement. Okay. But I see what you're saying, GC. But I'd have to hear more of what she's saying and kind of her whole tone about it. But if it's a matter of the BBW thing, then get your ass in the gym and do some fasting and get your eating game on point. Easy.
That's what I was saying too. Yeah.
What's Zeno saying?
I'm gonna read this and then go. It says, no, Haitians in DR had beef because of the dictator Trujillo. He went to Haiti and killed a lot of people. Then Haiti came back en masse and murdered them. Okay, so whatever it is, you know, they're two different culture that has shared the same island for far too long. Anybody that's had a roommate know that shit gets tense after a while. But you know, whatever the case, it doesn't really help your game to appear Haitian. Is all I'm saying. To be a dark skinned dude. That's why I was asking AM1 as a dude that's lighter than me. You know, how did that work out for him? So, you know, apparently it worked out. Apparently it worked out well.
Yeah, no, Zeno made a real interesting point. Spending money is what gets you far in the Caribbean. US dollars not looking like locals. That's a very good point. And I think that just holds true worldwide, truth be told.
Oh yeah, that's like money talks.
And I think that just holds true worldwide, truth be told.
All right, that's you. I'll mute you, Melody. Yeah, money talks, and I do notice that women have higher attraction to men whose ethnicity presents higher wealth. Like, even though they don't really know the individual's income, if you look like you have money, meaning that you look like you belong to a race of people that have money, then they messing with you. Like, they were all over these in the Philippines. They were all over these fat ass Korean dudes, you know. But they didn't care because Koreans come, they got money, and they're willing to spend it on Filipino chicks. So whatever worked. But I'm gonna do closing thoughts. So so we'll start with Ray. Ray, you there?
Yeah, what's up, bro? I was distracted. What's up?
Closing thoughts. Yeah, no worries. I'm doing closing thoughts.
Ah, shit. I thought you was gonna finish the video. Oh, but nah. But yeah, man, like, it's just people got their preferences, man. You know what I mean? And you can't dictate what another man's dictate. You know what I mean? We say that a lot though with the women though, that they got that down pack. You know, they love doing that shit. But we also see a lot of men doing that shit too. You know what I mean? I think Fantastic even said it, like, it was like dick shaming or pussy shaming or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Because hell, I don't care really who you screw. Yeah, I mean, but damn, I'm a clown you damn in hell if your chick look like Shrek or some shit.
All right, fair enough. Melody.
Yeah, so just lose weight, ladies. You lose weight, you'll get any man you want because you're gonna be appealing. So yeah, lose weight. Men aren't wrong for not wanting to talk to a woman like that. If you don't want to lose weight in LA, go to Atlanta. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm streaming up. There was something that the guy Kevin said that made me stream up a stream. So make sure you guys come.
Oh, definitely, I'll be there.
Oh, you going now? I probably won't be there, but
okay.
All right, AM1.
Yeah, no. Shout out GC. It's been a minute, and yeah, I've been wanting to get back on deck with you anyway, get some one-on-ones in, talk shit on some topics and whatnot. So super dope that this kind of worked out, pulling up on your stream. And then yeah, shout out to everybody on the panel and the chat. I mean, everything I'm saying.
Yeah, man,
you know,
it's good. It's good talking to y'all, man. Too. Yeah, my bad. Thanks, GC, for having me on, bro.
Yeah, Ray made a great point about preferences, and I was just talking about my preferences and the things that I advise for other brothers, and just kind of staying safe and, you know, just having your head on straight and understanding how crazy this world is, pertaining specifically to women, just kind of understanding, like, you know, it's a lot of fuckery, you know, high level out here, and just looking out for that and making sure that you about your skills and your resources, grand scheme of things, and just dodging these bullets on all this dumb shit. I appreciate you.
Okay, I appreciate you. Hey, hang back for a second. I want to shoot something past you.
For sure.
All right. So with that being said, I want to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats. Actually, let me check for Cash Apps. I don't want to leave anybody out. I left a couple people out. I'm gonna put them in the community tab. A couple of shout outs for the Cash Apps.
I gotta ask you too. I gotta ask you something too, like a question real quick though. When you
All right. Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, most importantly, members, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And this is Game Changer 00100. Game over. Ray, AM1, hang back.
Well, can I hang back too? I want to ask you something.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.